Okay.
All right, guys, welcome back. We have a special show match here. So I created a format. I created a limited format in L5R, where basically the format is there's one of every card available to all of the players. It's a 4-person draft, and you draft a 30-card conflict deck, 30-card dynasty deck. There's no influence values, and then the strongholds and the roles were also for draft. So when you draft a stronghold, you also get the province that is associated with that clan. So because Wydwen drafted the Scorpion province, he's going to have Secret Cache. Travis drafted the Phoenix province, so he has Kuroi Mori. And so taking a look at Wydwen's deck here, we see just, he's got a big smattering of characters. I think Wydwen has like 3 champions. Yeah, Wydwen has Toturi, Kasada, and Shinjo Alton Sarnai.
Dude, he's got Hotaru in there also.
Oh, he has Hotaru also, so he has... he's got Hotaru.
Or maybe I don't think he has Elton Sarna.
He does. Right above Shoshiro Miyako.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah, so he's got 4 different champions in there.
4 champions. He has Vanguard Warrior, along with Reprieve to go with Raise the Alarm and Charge. He also has For Greater Glory, that combos with Toturi and Kasada.
Yeah. And he's got Know the World. We're gonna see some strange things.
So Wydwen is the only person who has the event attachment controls. He has both Let Go and Calling in Favors.
Wow.
Karada District and those were his first 2 picks. His first round, so Wydwen had the wheel, he took the last pick. So his first 2 picks were Let Go, Calling in Favors.
Those are some strong picks, I think, in this mode.
Yeah, and so he took those. Karada District and Mia Mystic are in the other 2 players' decks, so Travis has no way to deal with attachments. However, Wydwen only has 6 of them. He does have 8 conflict characters, though, in true Scorpion fashion.
Nice.
And he has Mountain Does Not Fall, along with... He's playing backhand to complement, maybe to cycle. So, real quick, the rules of this format are... It is 30 and 30. However, when you need to cycle your deck, it's only a 3 honor loss instead of a 5 honor loss, just because the decks are smaller. That's the one errata I made to the rules. So, taking a quick look at Travis's deck, Travis basically told me he wanted to build the ideal Phoenix deck. So, Travis took, first pick, he took Seeker of Void. Or no, yeah, he took Seeker of Void, and then he took Phoenix Stronghold. So, he gets to play Kuroi Mori and Shameful Display. He's also playing... He has he has Forgotten Library, Imperial Storehouse, and Kanjo District. 3 incredibly strong holdings.
Nice.
Travis also has Yoshi, along with he has Yoshi with a strong favor thing. He's playing he has Shizue, and then he has like stuff like Brash Samurai, and stuff that honors itself, Honor General, all stuff that combos with this Phoenix Stronghold.
Pretty good.
We see Kabuki heroes getting play here, Origami Master, Savvy Politician. And then in his conflict side, he's playing Benton's Touch, Consumed by 5 Fires.
He's got a Censure. That's
yeah, he's got Censure and Forged Edict.
Yeah, that could be big. So one guy has the attachment counters. This guy's got the event counters.
Travis also has the one policy debate, along with
nice.
he has Test of Courage also. Test of Courage with all of his High Glory characters. And then we see Travis has For Shame and Steward of Law, along with he has Shrine Maiden, Seeker of Knowledge, and Ishiken Initiate as his characters. We see the Stone of Sorrows actually, and then we see a bunch of seals. The seals all got picked because they gave stat buffs, and it's hard to find stat buffs with such few attachments. And then we see one other cool thing is from Travis. We see we see Curry Favor, which is another way for him to gain favor.
I actually think Curry Favor is an underrated card in the normal game even. So in this situation where people are playing, I think lower card quality overall, that one could actually be very hype.
Alright, so the game is up right now. The password is Toasty, all lowercase.
Okay.
So you see both players here with invalid decks. We did test this to make sure that it runs and functions properly on Jigoku.
Despite the invalid decks.
Everything works, like everything still works through the automation and everything, and the match starts. You know, you can pick your provinces and everything. It doesn't matter. Me and myself and the Great Westy tested it by just making random decks, and we've already seen one match played out. So it's really cool that obviously this doesn't work if Jigoku doesn't support it.
All right, I'm in the game.
All right, let's do it. All right, I'll post Decklists in the chat so people can see them. All right, so looks like Wydwen won the die roll, chose to go second. I still think that's correct in this mode. Maybe if you were the person who drafted like Challenger and LPV, you could potentially go first because with a 30 card deck, it's reasonable you'd see one of either of them. So just to go over provinces real quick. So they're going to be mostly the province rows are going to be pretty standard because
you didn't make people draft provinces, right?
No, because provinces are such an important thing on the game. We established that it was too imbalanced for someone to just get a terrible province row.
And how did people do rolls?
So rolls were drafted.
Interesting. Okay.
Travis first picked Seeker Avoid.
Nice. That's a good.
Wydwen was the first for that ultimate Phoenix deck.
Yeah, Wydwen was the last pick, or Wydwen was the last person to pick a roll. He just took whatever. He just took a keeper roll. He said he just wanted to keep a roll. So players got access to 2 monks of whatever roll they were. So Wydwen took keeper. So he does have access to 2 keeper initiates. And then Travis, if he wanted, could play 2 seeker initiates as well. But
I honestly think Seeker Initiate is a better card than some of the cards that are in Travis's deck.
He is playing 2 Seeker Initiate. Don't worry.
Oh yeah, I see that. My mistake.
So Wydwen here flops. Oh, Doom Shigenja on turn 1. So we see Doom Shigenja. We see Doji Rep. We see Utaku Mediator, who when you don't have the favor gets +1/+1, and we see a Keeper Initiate.
This is a strong flop from Wydwen.
Yeah, Travis flips kind of an awkward one with Origami Master, Suki, and
Sumiko comes at too early. Suki might be nice though.
Yeah, he's not a water roll though like before, right? So it's not
as good point.
Like that we're used to Suki just being an auto like honor because Phoenix just wants to challenge water so often, but not being a water roll does make her worse.
Well, he might want to go water anyway to try to suppress the Doom Shigenja or at least make it block. So I don't think it's horrible.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, and yeah, so we do see Suki buy with 1.
Origami Master is really not a very good card, but we might see it do something here. The only problem is he's kind of drawn it too early, I think.
So Wydwen has 8 conflict characters. We could very easily see Wydwen pass here.
Oh, that would be strong.
Yeah,
there it is. There's the pass.
Wydwen has Adept, Kachiko, Master of the Spear, Political Rival, Stoic Gunso, Yojimbo, Tattooed Wonder, and Young Harrier. So he has all the way up the chain, all the way from 1 to 5 in conflict deck.
He has Kachiko.
Yeah, he has Kachiko. So technically, he has almost like 5 champions with Kachiko. Let me just remind the players that if they remember those 3 honor loss. I'm just reminding them that milling is only 3 honor loss.
Yeah.
So in Crane Chat, players have been talking about a deck called Paper Crane that focuses around Origami Master. It uses Phoenix Splash, and it's pretty interesting. It plays a bunch of Shugenja, and it plays against the waves. Like it plays Storyteller and Origami Master, both are Shugenja.
Yeah.
Look! I didn't say it was good, but it's definitely people are trying stuff.
Yeah, those are not optimal Shugenja by any stretch of the imagination, I think. Okay, what are we seeing here? Okay, so interestingly, it does look like Travis is actually going to pass, and then Wydwen passes, and then Travis also passes. What the heck?
Well, Travis can just stand for favor, right?
Yeah,
Travis's
but he only
entire
needs to have
deck
one of his
is
guys.
so Travis can stand up for favor, and then a lot of his cards get turned on if he has favor. Travis has Kakita Yoshi.
Maybe his plan is to get that Agasha Sumiko out next turn.
Yeah, going second is kind of awkward, right? But like if you have favor and you don't flip Yoshi, you can just buy Sumiko.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see an attack here from Wydwen. Attacks the Sumiko province. Attacks political. Runs into shameful display. Awkward.
Okay, so it is an Earth challenge, which means that if he wins this, he can bring out a keeper, which will maybe allow him to take favor.
That's true. We do see Seeker of Void giving Travis a fate.
Yeah. And Shameful Display is normally quite strong, but it's not going to be that impactful against a Doomed Shigenja, though it will mean the Phoenix Stronghold can be used. He's going for the double defense, so I think his plan is just to win this and then take the favor with...
Well, so this leaves him open to Wydwen just playing like a character at home, like one of his conflict characters that has glory.
Yeah, that's right. The Harrier is...
Yeah, Young Harrier would be good.
Right?
You just play a Young Harrier to tie. You could just play Kachiko if you wanted, because you're gonna be going first. So you could just play Kachiko like 3 fade at home and just stand for the favor.
That'd be kind of tight. If you have Kachiko, I think you play her in the conflict, though.
Yeah, that's reasonable. Let's see. Who has the court games? Travis has the court games. So Travis has court games and for shame, so that could be risky.
Yeah, that's a good point. Though I don't think for shame actually stops Kachiko, because he could just let her bow, send Suki home, and then Doom Shigenja still beats the Peacemaker.
Yeah, even with the Phoenix Stronghold, that's true. Oh, we see political rival.
With a lot of fate.
Okay.
I do wonder if he miscalculated here, because the Phoenix Stronghold is still live and will allow Suki to in this conflict right now, but we'll see.
Let's see what buffs Wydwen has.
So if I'm Travis, I think I use the Stronghold right now. I don't want to play cards. Does that seem right to you?
Yeah, I would. You Stronghold Suki, right? Or no,
yeah,
the Stronghold's Doom Shigenja?
Oh yeah, maybe Stronghold Doom Shigenja is a little stronger.
Right, because then if Suki gets dishonored somehow.
Right. Yeah.
Does Wydwen have the Way of the Scorpion?
And because Wydwen doesn't have a court games, right?
Wydwen doesn't have a court games, but Wydwen has Way of the Scorpion. Wydwen has strength in numbers, actually.
Oh, that could... Ooh, that would make you want to
book?
honor yourself. Okay, so he goes for the Doomed Shigenja. Now we see a Pillow Book come out. That's actually potentially going to be very hype. Mono no
Aware.
Wow, what an unhyped flip for that Pillow Book.
Strength in numbers would work if he has that in his hand. He could play...
Is it just me, or would Pillow Book be a tight card for Unicorn?
Why?
Because you can get a character into the conflict really easy. I guess it's you can still only do it once per turn.
Yeah.
Once
that's
per
what I'm
conflict,
thinking.
it would be sick.
You also
Though I guess even then it would kind of be bad Spyglass.
for Wydwen to win this, Wydwen does have access to the assassination. He's the only... Yeah, and there it is. Wow, Wydwen has the assassination.
Alright, so Asako Suki is off the field. Shameful Display might actually break here.
That would be really strong. Get rid of Sumiko
unless
also?
Travis has something big, he is not going to be able...
Travis has...
Unless he has something big.
Travis has access to... Oh, no, this is a political conflict, right? So political... Yeah. Court Games doesn't do it. He could play... Or he can play a fan. Travis has the fan.
That doesn't matter. He needs to get 4 more strength, so I don't think he's going to
stop the break. To stop the break, right?
Oh yeah. He could play. He could also, if he had. Does he have any of the political seals?
Well, we see Magnificent Kimono. He does have one political seal. He has Seal of the Scorpion.
Painful to play that Magnificent Kimono here, since it likely represents -1 honor.
Yeah, agreed.
But if it stops the break, especially a break on Shameful, it might well be worth it.
Yeah, you're not gonna get favor though, so Sumiko's probably gonna get pitched.
It could be that he... Yeah, that's also a good point, though. It could be that he wants to keep his Sumiko for later.
That's fair, right? Because your Dynasty deck is so small, and you don't have that many efficient characters. Keeping one of your better characters is probably smart.
Yeah, I actually don't know what the strategy is here. Like, do you put Sumiko back because she doesn't have a good... Because she doesn't have a good thing to use here?
Well, basically, you would compare her to the rest of your Dynasty. Oh, we do see the strength in numbers. So we are going to see the break here.
Going hard for this break.
I think Wydwen just wants to not deal with shameful display, right? Like you're gonna have to deal with Koroi Mori on the stronghold.
Yeah. I do think Mori on the Stronghold is incredibly strong in this format because people are going to have such bad and janky decks that it will be unlikely they have a coherent dishonor strategy. Seal of the... Okay, so what the heck? An Ishikin Initiate comes out and gets a Seal of the Scorpion?
So Travis is just trying to stop this break as hard as possible.
I'm surprised that he didn't invest any feet into that Ishikin Initiate.
Yeah, Ishikin Initiate has the potential to be very strong, like especially when you're putting an attachment on it. Maybe you just put 1 fate on it, right?
I might even put 2 fate on it. In this situation, especially since we've already seen the assassination, I think that Travis would really benefit from building up more of a board.
Yeah. 2-drop characters are now all safe from both sides because there's no more assassination until the conflict deck cycles.
Who got the Agasha Swordsmith?
Bill did. Bill drafted a attachment-focused deck. The Great Westie. I always mix those two up. Great Westie bought, he has Swordsmith, he has LPV, he has Yokuni, and he has Way of the Dragon. I'll have you know, Way of the Dragon on Lion's Pride Brawler is really good.
Hmm.
So, discards Path. Oh, so we see Young Harrier to break. Discards Pathfinder's Blade at random, which is a really good hit there.
And that Keeper comes out. This turn has been a big victory for Wydwen.
Yeah, I agree. So now, and the box has been used, right? So Wydwen is going to, with Standing Glory, take the favor.
Yep. Thanks to that Keeper Initiate coming out.
Now,
And so he got the break. Now the downsides for Wydwen are he had no fate. He is down on honor.
Well, he has the Scorpion Stronghold.
Oh yeah! Wow. Did he use it that turn?
Yeah, he used it. He used it after draw because he started at 10 and Travis started 11.
Oh right.
So Travis keeps Origami Master, and then
I would not do
Wydwen
that.
pitches both. Wydwen flips Hotaru going first, with a political rival.
Oh, that's brutal.
You could play Hotaru here. You could go small and play Child of the Plains and Naive Student.
Bayushi Yojiro is not a very relevant card here.
Yeah. He is a Bushi, so if Wydwen has for greater glory.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's that 1x for greater glory.
Funny enough,
everything is
funny
1x.
enough, Doji Hotaru is also a Bushi, so all of Wydwen's champions are Bushis.
I don't think I've ever seen Hotaru get for greater glory. I guess you would not want to attack with her on military unless situation's gone very wrong.
No, you don't have to break a military. It's just when a province breaks, right? It doesn't have to be military.
Oh, it's military.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I just never see Lion break. I never see Lion break on political, so.
Yeah.
Alright, well. So we see Hotaru 2 Fate. Very crane-looking board here. So for reference, Travis has the Way of the Crane. Wydwen cannot honor Hotaru with Way of the Crane. So Wydwen gets the passing fate here. Travis buys Diplomat. Maybe he buys Radiant Orator to just kind of. Oh, he buys Paperboy. Interesting. Luke, I'm glad you're here. This is some interesting stuff here. I put the deck list in the chat. They're wild. So Wydwen bids 4. Maybe he just wants to not hemorrhage too much on her. You do have to worry about decking really quickly in this because your conflict decks are 10 cards smaller. That's like 2 rounds of bidding 5 less. So if you just kind of wean it down a little bit, you can deal with losing 3 honor and then recycle.
Mm-hmm. So what are we seeing here? Origami Master on the field, and the Asako Diplomat, who I don't think is going to be able to trigger. I really hate a Psycho Diplomat, dude. I think a Psycho Diplomat's a very bad card.
I think it's misplayed a lot. I think it's fine because of its trait. I think its trait is its saving grace.
That's a fair point, and it does have good synergy with the Phoenix Stronghold if you can successfully land it.
Well, you can also just you can just dishonor your opponent's characters. Like I think it's fine. Like I just think people play around the card incorrectly too often.
Yeah, I just look at other cards that are 2-cost 1/2s.
Travis has Rally in his row. If Wydwen hits Rally, that's so insane.
Yeah, if he hits Rally on this political conflict and it switches to military, that would be one of the hypest things possible for Travis.
Travis has...
it's Manicured Garden.
Okay, I would say Manicured, Meditations, and Rally are the remaining provinces, with Koremori on the Stronghold.
What do you think about the Pride keyword?
I think it is... I actually think it's good for Origami Master, because it only has one glory.
Yeah, I often find... In my opinion, I often think that the Pride keyword is negative.
I think Pride is a negative.
But there are some situations, like with the Lion Pride characters, where it's better.
I think, yeah, right, because of their synergies with keeping them around. I think Pride is a snowball mechanic.
Yeah, it also kind of goes well with the Lion, like, big military
we see
battle
Steward of
tactic.
Law. We could very easily see a for shame here.
Yeah, Steward of Law for shame on Hataru would actually be pretty tight. We might see that Pride succeed for the Origami Master, and if that were the case, he could then use his ability to honor the Asako Diplomat, who could then... I don't know, what ring you go for there? Probably go for water?
Yeah, and then you can get a second conflict.
Yeah.
We have a Pillow Book activation still?
Yeah, we do. That's good. That's a good point. Wydwen passes. So hopefully Travis has... Does he have a first shame?
Yeah, Travis has the one for shame. I think
I guess you take the one for shame before you take the Steward of Law.
Yeah, he took the first shame earlier than the Steward of Law.
Nice. There's the bow on Hataru. Let's see if Wydwen... The funny thing about playing with kind of derpy decks like this is it's very uncertain whether people will actually have even basic things like strength buffs.
Wydwen doesn't... So Wydwen, because he has so many conflict characters... Oh, I also removed the conflict character limit in these decks. No player drafted more than 10, but you could have drafted more than 10 if you wanted.
Favored mount on Hataru for some reason. That does.
Oh, Gaijin Customs. Gaijin Customs.
Oh, good point.
Wydwen has the Gaijin Customs. Travis does. Oh, Steward of Law's in the conflict. I was gonna say Travis has the Forged Edict, but with Steward of Law in the conflict, he cannot play Forged Edict.
Yeah, and his Censure, because Wydwen has the favor, the Censure is not going to go off this turn either.
Yeah.
So if there is the Gaijin Customs, this is going to be a very unfortunate situation for Travis, but I'm not sure there's that much he can do about it.
I can only assume that Wydwen has Gaijin Customs here. There's no reason to play Favored Mount otherwise. Gaijin Customs is really strong in this format, where you are going to have Unicorn Dynasty characters also.
Oh, very good point. I hadn't considered that.
Right, like he has Child of the Plains. Like he actually doesn't, in his conflict deck. He only has like one way to turn it on, with being Favored Mount. But if he didn't have the Favored Mount, he could have just bought Child of the Plains. Oh, we see a policy debate. Oh, he's gonna debate out this the Gaijin Customs. So Wydwen bids 1, Travis has to bid 5. So we see Fate Worse Than Death, Calling in Favors, For Greater Glory, Customs, Master of the Spear, Mono, Tattoo Wanderer, and Way of the Scorpion. Oh, Way of the Scorpion is a way for him to still win this conflict. Oh no, you can't. Steward of Law.
Steward of Law doing work.
Oh, but the Tattooed Wanderer gets in now. But then we see the Fan. We see Fan from Travis. Now that Wydwen has no... Oh, you can play Calling Favors anyway. Pillow Book should be activated here.
What a sequence of events.
Wydwen doesn't use his Pillow Book.
This has been a wild conflict, and I have to say that was the perfect time for a policy debate.
I guess Wydwen just hasn't played with Pillow Book enough to remember to use it. Where's my chat? Come on, where's my chat interaction? More interaction for the 2-hour-long snooze fest, but not this one.
I think the chat is too confused by this situation. BitMetal has said, I have no idea what's going on. And I think that is basically my view as well, to be frank.
So, the I don't know, the premise of this format is basically card evaluation and then, like, wacky interactions, right? Like, where do people evaluate cards, and how highly do you draft them?
Yeah.
And then also... like, what out-of-clan synergies are there? Yeah, Tenerum, look, that game was awesome, but holy crap, it was definitely there was some deep thoughts in that game. I still love you though. That Sashimono was hype. So we see political with this diplomat, and he knows Wydwen's hand, so Wydwen can't do anything about this. So he's gonna unbow his origami master, and he's gonna be able to honor. He'd probably dishonor Hotaru with your diplomat.
Yeah, that seems quite reasonable. Dishonoring Hotaru is probably the best here.
What's the best attachment you want to steal from Travis here? Probably Spyglass or the Stone of Sorrows. Those are definitely the two best attachments targets for calling in favors. While this is going on, so the top 8 is pretty much set. We have 3 Scorpions, 2 Lions, myself, and Shiba Inu was victorious, so we have a Phoenix. And then we have Bill vs. Wydwen tomorrow. If Bill beats Wydwen, we will have 3 Lions and 3 Scorpions.
Sorry about that. I lost power for a moment.
Oh, okay. I was just talking about the bracket, since we have the top 8. We have the top 8 going.
Yeah, what are we looking at here?
So it's currently 3 Scorpions. 3 Scorpions, 2 Lions, Dragon, and a Phoenix. Shiba Inu defeated Micah. And then we have Wydwen vs. Bill tomorrow is the final top 16 match. And if Bill wins, we'll have 3 Lions, 3 Scorpions, 1 Dragon, 1 Phoenix.
Very interesting. Okay, so now we're seeing...
So Watering Ready's Origami Master. Wydwen still has a conflict left. He can declare a conflict with this keeper. What do you declare if you're Wydwen? Probably Void.
Yeah, do Void to get the Fate, and then make him defend it, or lose a Fate on his Origami Master. And I think he'll defend it. Yeah, he'll defend it.
If Wydwen has like a strength buff here, it'd be pretty sick. You could then not knock the honor status off the Origami Master.
He could give it away. Yeah, I think he would rather go from honored to neutral than neutral to dishonored. So is he going to give away the honor token on the Origami Master, or is he not?
No, you save it for next turn, right? Like you look for a big target.
Oh, I guess yeah, because it was a military conflict, he couldn't give it away, or else he would actually lose the conflict.
Yeah. So he's looking at his deck here.
Shrine Maiden comes up.
Does he activate it?
Probably.
I don't know how many spells he has. Probably not, right? I actually don't think he has enough spells.
How many spells does he have?
1, 2, 3. 3.
I activate it, whatever. Milling doesn't do anything. But Travis is maybe a more cautious man than I.
Well, I mean, like, it kind of does, right? Like, he's on 5 honor, and I guess you're going to be bidding low, so yeah, you probably fire it off.
He's going to get 2 more honor this turn anyway by attacking with the
It would be really sick if Travis had some Fate and plays Consumed by 5 Fires. And just consumes Hotaru and Political Rifle off the board.
That would be sick, but he doesn't have a Shigenja, and he doesn't have 5... Oh, wait, no, he's Origami Master. Origami Master is a Shigenja.
Yeah. Origami Master is a Shigenja.
Yeah, I didn't know that because that card is so bad that nobody ever plays it.
No, I told you, Paper Crane. It's happening. Crane Chat's all about Paper Crane.
I don't know what that means.
It's based on Origami Master, and you play against the waves. It's Phoenix Splash.
Oh yeah, you were explaining this earlier. That's right.
That's the only reason I know what this card does is because Crane Chat's all about it.
I think that's are they on it as a deck or as a real deck?
I mean, I think with support of the Phoenix, it might be a real deck.
Interesting. Okay, so now we see the Imperial Favor has changed hands. Travis has done a decent job of fighting back despite going into that turn very disadvantaged.
Yeah, the first shame combo was really strong on the Hotaru. And the policy debate.
The board is still looking a bit better for Wydwen, though.
Oh, this is sick, right? So Wydwen can buy Yojiro, and Yojiro plus Hotaru, Yojiro negates this dishonored status.
Oh yeah, that is hype. The only problem is then you have to use Yojiro in a political conflict where he only has strength 1.
Schmooze, I have Schmooze and Zergling. If you guys, I'm assuming you're both on the Discord server. I have the rules / guidelines that I created in the LCG Limited channel. It's pinned. You obviously can do whatever you want. I just kind of created a rough guideline of how I would do it. Currently, with the card pool being so small, it's a little harder. When the card pool becomes bigger, you can go up to 40 card decks and such. So we see Travis flips Conjo District right on time after getting the favor.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be a very lucky draw.
Wydwen does flip his second keeper, though. Just on time, unlike Yoshi. Yeah, that's the meme right now, is that Yoshi only shows up once the Crane player loses the favor.
Yeah, Yoshi has a bad rep. Maybe a justified bad rep for inconsistency.
Yeah, Zergling, if you want the guidelines are there. If you just want to organize 3 other people and do this on your own, like there's this I have a spreadsheet that helps everyone keep track of their draft and stuff. Just message me and I'll ship it over to you. If you just want to do this with your friends, it's definitely a really good time. This is just kind of a showcase of what limited and L5R would even look like. So we did see Travis buy no characters, by the way. And then we also saw Wydwen buy no character. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We're in Dynasty right now. I thought everyone had passed. So Travis buys Togashi Initiate, which is very strong with the Phoenix Stronghold. After you honor it, it goes up to 5. Yeah, Brash Samurai and Togashi Initiate are pretty insane in Phoenix.
How insane?
Well, I mean, like, you just turn your Phoenix Stronghold into the Dragon Stronghold.
Oh yeah, I just mean like in terms of things that you can put into Phoenix, would they be like your top picks? What do you think?
Like if I was Phoenix and I wanted better 1s and 2s, like I would rather have Brash Samurai and Initiate than like Asako Diplomat, right? Like you'd just rather have those characters. I think if I drafted the Phoenix Stronghold, I don't know. I think small characters are better in this game mode than big characters because there's only 1 assassination. We do see Yojiro bot here. How is Wydwen gonna crack this Conjo District? I'm intrigued. Also, cracking Conjo District with Radiant Orator is incredibly hard. Maybe Wydwen, or no, Wydwen a bit high. I was just gonna say maybe he tries to dishonor Travis.
Dishonoring Travis seems like a
hard.
So I guess the problem I have with an attempt to dishonor is simply that you don't really get to play. He doesn't have Watch Commander in his deck, does he? You don't really get to play
the Watch Commander was drafted by somebody else.
Yeah.
One thing to note, Travis does have a Monk in play now, and Travis does have the copy of High Kick. And, yeah. So Travis has the Katana, and he has Seal of the Lion as the only military buffs out of attachments. Travis's Test of Courage is also currently on, because he bid lower than Wydwen. If he hits Shameful here, it's like really awkward. Hits Seeker Cache. Contesting the Earth Ring too is also awkward. This to me signifies that Travis has Test of Courage, because then you get to move your Orator in Honored.
That could be pretty sick.
And then you have four glory on your side to move anybody else home, plus a Conjo District, which pretty much...
The problem that I have with Radiant Orator is that unlike Hachiko, it just moves them home. It doesn't move them home bowed.
Yeah.
And for that reason, it's kind of risky to use it in early conflicts. You really want to save it for later on in the game. On the other hand, yeah, like you were saying earlier, with the self-honoring effects, Togashi Initiate's really sick. I personally think I think that getting some of the Lion Pride characters in Phoenix might be really hype.
Like Gunso and Kabe Guard.
Kabe Guard in particular is just, I think, a sick character.
Yeah, it's also just a small character that with the Stronghold can basically take favor from anyone.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. So like 1 cost for 2 glory can already be very useful in the current environment where the favor is very important. Though I suppose because people can't play consistency as much with their Imperial favor stuff, the favor is going to be a little less important in this format.
Yeah, I don't know if Mia Satoshi was picked by anybody, but Mia Satoshi would be could be cool in this if you just draft enough Imperials to not mill your whole deck.
Dude, what's his name drafted? The guy that gets buffed with more Imperials.
Oh, Sapun Ishikawa, he was not.
I don't think he's very good in a lot of situations, but I did play a Unicorn Imperial deck that focused on him for a while, and it was actually kind of sick.
I think if like the 2 small Imperial characters were taken, and so was Mia Mystic. I think if you like kind of tried to float those characters for a long time and then pick them up late, it could be good.
Yeah.
Like the thing is basically what round do you take them, right? Like there's obviously there's just overtly strong cards, and then there's themes. So you basically have to weigh: is it better for me to take a thematic card, or is it better for me to take just a powerful card no matter where I go?
I honestly feel like Sepun Guardsman and Atoma Courtier are going to be better than some of the real cards that people are putting in their deck here. Like I like them better than a fair number of 2-drops.
Yeah, they were taken and are in both the other 2 players' decks.
Yeah. What I'm trying to say is that I don't think you can Keeper of Earth, Wydwen won, and that gave him 2 keepers.
And he got the Keeper of Fate. Wait, did Travis just attack Earth and then not do anything?
Yeah, it looks like Travis forgot to use his Togashi Initiate. It's because of Bayushi Yojiro. So he realized it wouldn't give him any strength buff, so he decided not to do it.
Maybe he doesn't... Well, he could have just used Conjo District.
Yeah, I think I would have in that situation.
I think Travis didn't realize Keepers were coming in, and so he was ready to give up the Fate, but then the Keepers showed up. So a pretty big misstep from Travis here. Let's see. So we see a Spyglass. We know that Wydwen has Calling in Favors. You calling in Favors this, right? Onto your political rival, probably? Yeah, that's what we're seeing. So, you could... How do you attack if you're a Wydwen? You need to bait out this Kasho District activation. Can you just stand here for the favor? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3, 4, 5. You have 8 to 5. Yeah, you could just stand for favor if you want. Or you could pass your first conflict if you... Because Wydwen's... Or Travis has a political conflict only?
Okay, yeah.
So you could pass first conflict. Travis attacks you political, you can defend with political rival, which will go to 4 with the stronghold.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can stand Hotaru and a keeper and send the keeper in on offense. Or you could just stand your whole team. Basically, you just want to turn Conjure District off, right? Like it's so hard to beat that card.
Conjure District's OP, dude.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree.
And I think if he has the opportunity to keep that on the board, he's going to want to keep it on the board as much as possible.
Yeah, you just never mulligan it, in my opinion.
I think even if you lose the Imperial favor... Well, I don't know. I think even if you lose the Imperial favor, you want to keep that Conjure District on field.
I would agree. So, Wydwen's declaring an attack here. He is not... He's going to... So I would rather pass, and then I would poke the Conjure District province with my keeper. Because if it's rally to the cause, I can then flip it. But it looks like Wydwen is going into this manicured garden. Contesting Void, I have to say? I have to guess, maybe? It protects a lot of your board, and you can void off the Origami Master. The Origami Master can move his status. before he dies.
You know what card would actually be pretty hype?
What's up?
Stand Your Ground would actually be pretty hype in the format.
I think somebody has it. It's not Travis.
Yeah, I cast a league game earlier where Goblin Guide made great use of Stand Your Ground to win a game.
Yeah, I watched that VOD because I wanted to see who I was going to be playing against, and that game was sick against Neff.
Yeah, that was a tight game, and I think Stand Your Ground played a crucial role in that game. Neff almost made a huge comeback. Sorry for spoilers for anyone who hasn't watched that VOD yet. If you want to check that game out, Goblin Guide versus Neff, that's over on my channel.
Yeah, I put the link to the VOD in the bracket. It will link you to Kingsley's channel.
Excellent. I thought that was a pretty sick game.
Yeah, that game is awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that one. Oh yeah, Westy has 15 attachments in his deck, and he has what's the card called? Time for War.
Huh. I bet Time for War is still bad even with 15 attachments.
No, he's got like Kamayari and all these random weapons.
Oh, Kamayari, it's sick with that, I guess.
Yeah.
The problem with Time for War is just that attachment control is so good right now that you don't want to play expensive attachments anyway.
Yeah, but there's only 4 pieces of attachment control in this format.
Yeah, exactly.
So Radiant Orator defends. Radiant Orator can kick one character out and then you just leave Counter District up.
Yeah, unfortunately his first attack was military. I think I would have liked to see a political attack first more. Simply because in that, well, I don't know, I guess the rival would just defend it. So that wouldn't have gone so good.
I don't think Wydwen can win this conflict. Even if he doesn't kick anyone out, he can move the honor status from Origami Master to the Radiant Orator.
Yeah, and then use the stronghold.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That in fact, does he even? Oh yeah, he would only tie it to move it. He would need to use the stronghold unless he gets a buff. And if he can hold, so the problem that I see is Travis going to be able to keep the favor for next turn? That's to me the big question.
No, right? Because the way that Wydwen's playing this, I
think Wydwen's going to play it safe and hold on to the favor.
Well, Wydwen also has the option to use Favored Mount to move Hotaru into this conflict.
Good point.
So Favored Mount on Hotaru here. If Travis uses too many effects, Wydwen can move into the conflict.
Payload book shows a Stoic Gunso. That's not quite what you want to see, but it isn't horrible. It could be used for +1
What do you think about using court games here instead of just using your Origami Master?
I don't like it.
Right, I think I would just rather use my Origami Master and use his ability to be useful.
It's possible Travis has forgotten about the Origami Master's ability, given that card is typically not considered so good.
Yeah, that's reasonable. I mean, you're seeing cards that don't get played normally, like Yojiro, for instance. Maybe Travis forgot that Yojiro had that random ability because he doesn't see play.
Interestingly, if Hotaru gets moved in, it's going to prevent Radiant Orator from using her ability, though of course Conjo District will still be there.
You conjo Hotaru, and then you kick the rival out probably. Or kick the key out.
And if you can win without kicking the rival out, I think you just don't do it because you would rather have him be used up. Let's think about this. Would it be possible for Travis to claim the favor? So I think it actually might. Depend on what we see here.
Well, he would have to do water, right? Because he's already used a stronghold on his Radiant Orator. So
yeah, so he does a water conflict to stand up the Radiant Orator. And then they're 1-1, but he has 4 standing glory. Oh, but I guess Hotaru would still give it 5 standing glory, so he would have to he'd have to get something else on top of that. Oh, but if he wins this conflict.
Yeah.
Oh, but then I guess they would tie, and since he would perhaps have discarded.
It depends on whether or not he uses Conjo District.
Yeah, so this will be interesting. I'll also be interested to see whether or not Wydwen actually uses his favored mount in this situation. Conjo District is such a strong card.
If Conjo District is up and activatable, I'm not gonna move I'm not gonna move her in.
Little fun fact: I was making a Phoenix deck the other day, and I put Conjo District in it, and I was like, "Why aren't people playing Phoenix, man? Phoenix is sick." And I didn't realize when I was building the deck that Conjo District is limit 1 per deck.
Swing with
So I had 3 Conjo Districts there, and I was like, I think this deck is really powerful, dude. I don't know why people aren't playing this.
That's why you also That's why you also play Mia Satoshi.
Yeah, Mia Satoshi is very strong anyway.
So we see Adaptive Shadows show up here. Orator sends Adaptive Shadows home. So Orator's been used. Conjure District is still online. What does Wydwen have?
Adaptive Shadows interesting here. That's probably a pretty good one in this format. You know, I'm normally not that hype on Adaptive Shadows because I think paying 2 for a 2/2 is a bad deal, and the ability just lets you take a bad deal repeatedly.
So you
But
could,
what I will say, in a
could-
format where you have to put stupid characters in your deck, 2 for 2/2 looks like a much better deal than in the normal scenarios.
You could return Adapt here, play her again into the conflict, and force Travis to have something else. But it's a lot of fate.
Yeah, it's interesting. I wonder what we'll see. Yeah, it is a lot of fate, as you said. Looks like Hataru is coming in. Probably this is a scenario where you want to use the Kanjo district.
Yeah.
And then maybe we will see that Adaptive Shadows replayed.
This is really awkward though because Travis is like Wydwen needs to deny the favor after the Conjure District gets used. You need the favor to be denied. So, Conjure District is used on Hotaru. Alright, what does Wydwen have now? So he's exhausted all of the Phoenix's, or he's exhausted a lot of the Phoenix's resources here. So we see the Gunso being played from the top of the deck. That does give him 6. We see Tattered Missive. Wait, does Tattered Missive give a stat? It does! Oh. I didn't even know that Tattered Missive gave stats. Oh, but we see Let Go on Tattered Missive. Alright, words you thought were never going to be said.
Let Go on Tattered Missive. That's not what you're going to see in normal gameplay.
And Wydwen wins, so he voids the Origami Master. Another reason you wanted to use Origami Master instead of court games, you would if your Origami Master gets voided, he doesn't really have a good target. I guess you can move it to the Initiate. Yeah, Zergling points out, people forget that Tattered Missive has stats because you don't get the benefit of the stats because you have to bow to use its ability.
I kind of think of Tattered Missive as like you play it and hopefully the one stat wins the conflict, and then if it doesn't and you're losing anyway, you're like, whatever, I may as well bow. But it's not really a good synergy.
Well,
I did play it for some time in the Yurt Squadron deck.
Like that turns a conflict loss into a break usually.
You have to use it on offense.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Sure, okay. Then it's reasonable. So we see political water coming out from this Origami Master. What does Wydwen have to potentially stop this?
Well, could let's see. So this is the water conflict. Well, he's got a lot of strength here. There's actually strength 7, so Wydwen can defend with both his characters, but then he'll actually still lose.
Yeah, the problem right now is that Travis just stands the origami or the Radiant Orator, who has the Cyto buff, and she's at four glory.
Right, but I don't think. Oh yeah, so then and then Travis wins 4 glory to 3, but the problem is Wydwen does get another conflict.
So he could tie favor. He can tie favor with the adept, right? So it'll be he'll win a conflict, so it'll be 2-1 in rings. Orator's 4, so it's 2-5, and then you have the initiate brings you 4-5. So then he has to win a conflict with the adept. So if Wydwen can win a conflict with the adept, then we'll be able to see favor tied.
Oh, then
this is smart.
Hey, we're seeing Origami Master using his ability.
Yeah. So he's just gonna get a free honor out of this because of pride.
Yep, and he gets the break, and he'll probably discard. Yep, break secret cache, and here's the really hype thing would be if he plays Curry Favor right now to keep his Origami Master up.
Oh my god, how sick would that be?
Does he have it?
He does only have 5 cards in his hand, but he does not play Curry Favor.
Oh, how hype would that have been?
That would have been so sick, right? Like so sick.
That would have really been an exciting.
You literally get to do what the card is meant to do. You get to keep the favor. All right, so if I'm Wydwen here, I'm doing fire. Oh, he does have Curry Favor.
Oh baby, I called it, and that is a really hype play. So, he'll probably be able to keep the favor.
So I have Curry Favor on the screen here because nobody knows what this card does. Reaction: after a character you control bows as a result of conflict resolution from the second conflict you declared this round, ready that character.
I actually think this card is not that bad, even under normal circumstances. In fact, I think it's completely reasonable.
It's just a little hard to use, and because conflict decks are so tight right now, it's hard to fit in.
Okay, it looks like Adept of Shadows is going for the Kanjo district.
He's just going to scout it. He wants to see what it is.
It's reasonable. It looks like the Kanjo district, so probably what we're going to see here is... Oh, the Origami Master can't actually win a defense here.
See, you just don't defend. You just don't defend. You then win. You win favor if you don't defend.
Yeah, and it looks like he can only do... I guess the Fire Ring is pretty good here, but the Air Ring is not, so he'll probably do fire, and that's like...
You could re-honor Hotaru that way.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get to go first with Hotaru and Rival again.
Yeah, that's I think honoring Hotaru is the right play here.
The main issue is that this Kanto district is just going to kick Hotaru out again.
Yeah. So I guess the other question would be, does Travis have some form of buff that he could use to take this conflict with his Origami Master?
Do you care, though? Like, you don't have to waste a card to do this, right? Because Standing Glory from Orator plus Origami Master beats Wydwen by 1.
Yeah, that's a good point. And also, Travis has a low hand size right now, so he might not have cards spare. Additionally, he's not that low on honor anymore because of this last bid.
Yeah.
And so maybe he can afford to just lose an honor for UO. In fact, yeah, I think you just stand there and take the favor.
You're also going to gain an honor back from your Origami Master.
Yep.
So Wydwen's going to see almost his entire conflict deck at this next turn. I could very well just... What is that? What just happened? Seal of the Lion. So we have a defense, and we have a Seal of the Lion. So Travis is currently winning right now, because Seal of the Lion does give +1 military strength. This is not... So if Wydwen has a buff here, he will actually win the conflict. And then they'll tie on favor. I guess Wydwen with no fate doesn't have any buffs. Well, let's see what could he have. Yeah, he doesn't. He could have Way of the Scorpion. Way of the Scorpion is like the only way right now for Wydwen to win this. Seal of the Lion gives the Commander trait, which is only relevant currently for that one guy who can't break stuff.
Yeah, the commander trait is not so impactful right now, and Seal of the Lion is probably one of the worst seals.
Yeah, I think so. Currently, Seal of the Crab is the only like currently playable seal in terms of like efficiency, just because of its synergy with Prices Breaker.
Yeah.
Seal of the Scorpion, Seal of the Dragon, and Seal of the Phoenix, I think will be the best ones. Seal of the Crane might be also just because, but I think Dragon and Scorpion will be the best ones. Scorpion already has. Oh, Seal of the Unicorn. Tenor points out Seal of the Unicorn actually sees play right now because of the Cavalry trade. No, Seal of the Unicorn's good. So there is the Way of the Scorpion. Travis passes. Travis points out he knows Dawei now. And Origami Master becomes dishonored via Pride. And so Wydwen ties favor. This is like the best scenario that could have happened for Wydwen. I think Travis was greedy on that block. Wydwen chooses to dishonor the Orator, which is also reasonable because he has Yojiro with Hotaru.
Okay.
Returns Adept to Shadows, and then he gets to use the Stronghold to steal because he was one less. That's pretty strong Scorpion play right there. So both players tie Glory. Control District is off right now. You still keep Control District, right? You just for the threat of it. Man, we do see Wydwen's board is very strong right now.
Hmm.
He's up 7 cards also. So Travis keeps Control District. Yeah, I think as Travis, you take the UO, you take the firing hit, and then he flips Cookie to Yoshi. Yoshi as soon as favor leaves. He does flip Shiba Sukune, and without the prevalence of dishonor effects like they normally are, she's actually pretty good. Yes, Zergling, right on time, Yoshi. So we see Sukune 2 Fate. We see Wydwen passes after buying Nourishment 2 Fate.
I honestly don't think Sukune is that bad normally.
So she's not bad, but she's not great, right? Like
Yeah. I don't think she's
I think her ability is insane, but I think the fact that she becomes a zero stat character is a problem. Also, with the prevalence of Cloud the Mind, she can become a zero stat character that does nothing. She's just not strong, especially also in a Fate Worse Than Death meta. Like the turn she gets Fate Worse Than Death, she doesn't get to trigger her ability. I don't know, it's tough. I think in different metas she'll be stronger.
Yeah. I'm gonna be right back. I gotta step out for a moment.
Yeah, that's fine. Alright, so we see Travis plays Waning Hostilities. So Waning Hostilities, another not often seen card. Reaction. After the conflict phase begins, each player gets only one conflict opportunity. So Travis is basically just limiting conflict here, which in turn makes Sukune even stronger. When people can't declare multiple conflicts, they can't deny rings to Sukune, and when you get really strong rings off Sukune, like Void, Earth, Fire, or like just if you resolve 2 of those 3, it's incredibly strong.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys.
So we saw Waning Hostilities from Travis, which is incredibly strong with Shiba Sukune. When your opponent can't declare all the good rings, you get to basically get 2 good rings. We see Jade Masterpiece on the Narishma. Moves the fate from the air ring to the void ring.
Okay. Well, Way of the Phoenix. Again, not a card that is widely played normally, but that's actually a really cool play.
That's so sick. He plays Way of the Phoenix, so Wydwen can now no longer declare the Void Ring as a target, and right after he's moved the Fate to it. That's so sick.
Yeah, that's some great counterplay.
Okay. So we're just gonna see political. We're gonna see political. Political something with political fire, maybe.
This is maybe going to sound dumb, but that play just made me think, is it a good idea to play Jade Masterpiece in a Phoenix deck? There could be some cool synergy there.
You just move the Fate? I don't... maybe you just stack it all on a one ring and then play Way of the Phoenix?
Yeah, exactly. Like, imagine this situation. You're going second, and there's 2 Fate on a ring, 1 Fate on another ring. You pile it all up for 3 Fate on one ring, then you Way of the Phoenix. That could be sick.
That would be sick. Okay, that's sick. I can get behind that. What's the it's 2, right? Because it's a dragon card, of course.
Yeah, it's 2. So probably just play like 1 or 2 of those, and then the rest is like Let Go and Miyamoto's Fury, like always.
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So we see the Orator getting coverted by political rival. We see Yojiro doing a lot of work here in the stats. He's basically nullifying this dishonor status on Hotaru.
Yeah.
So Wydwen declares a political fire, skill of 11, and draws a card off the Spyglass too. So Wydwen's gonna deck here, but he's gonna be able to steal honor back with the Scorpion Stronghold.
And do you lose 5 honor for decking in this?
No, it's 3.
Yeah. I thought you had mentioned that earlier. Okay, so we have Strength 11 Conflict, Spyglass, a super hype card.
Zergling, I'm glad you're enjoying it. This format was incredibly fun to just moderate. The next time that I do a draft, I'm personally going to be involved in the draft portion. But I think it's just super fun. Like it's just it's like kitchen table games basically. Like they're just they're fun, not super competitive. Like you get to do a bunch of cool things that you would not normally be able to do.
Yeah, you got crazy card interactions here. Okay, Manicured Gardens, targeted again. Yoshi and Kanjo District actually have substantial anti-synergy.
Yes. I think the goal is just to get one of them going with the favor, and then it doesn't matter which one you get going.
Yeah, so we do have a situation here.
I don't defend this if I'm Travis. Like, there's just no way you could reasonably defend this, right?
No, it's gonna break. Unfortunately, that also means Sukune is probably going to Strength 0. This is sort of the weakness of Sukune.
So
her ability is amazing, but that glory, like if she had 0 glory, she would be vastly stronger.
Well, so one thing she can do is you can just stand there with Sukune and not declare a conflict with her, and stand there with 4 glory.
Yeah, that's right.
She's basically super Imperial Palace. Like you use her ability. Also, we know Wydwen has Fate Worse Than Death in his hand. Although, Wydwen flipped the Imperial Palace himself, I just noticed this. So he might be able to battle Sukune for favor.
Good point. Imperial Palace is also a nice one to have in your deck in format. I said this on the Goblin Guide versus Neff game, but I'll say it again. I think we have to give a lot of credit to the design team for really succeeding in the objective for this first cycle. A lot of the times in these games, the early cycles, I think, some concepts of the game aren't necessarily super understood, and some unexpected things can happen. Like the first cycle in Netrunner was supposed to be about Link and Trace, and almost no Link or Trace cards were played by the end of the cycle. But I think the design team did an excellent job here of getting more focus on the Imperial favor.
Yeah, Zergling, you can basically play what you want, right? Like, so there's 4 pieces of attachment control in the meta, 1 assassination, 1 fury. It's not like you're playing against 3 Leco, 3 fury, or calling in favors, Fate Worse Than Death in every matchup. Like, you get to do all these cool things that you just can't normally do.
Oh, I had forgotten. Doji Hotaru is going to allow a double fire ring here, which
Wait, he
Uses...
honored her. Oh, Wydwen has reprieve. Wydwen has the only copy of reprieve. Which is
nasty, especially with no attachment control. So Hataru is going to stay on the board
for one more turn.
Could we see a double champion attack in the future if Wydwen draws another one?
I mean, he has 3 more champions in his deck. He has Kasada, Toturi, and Shinjo Altensarnai.
I guess none of those are good synergies with Hataru anyway.
we can see like him buy Toturi and then charge Kasada and then for greater glory.
Oh, how sick would that
be?
That
would be so sick.
Ultimate combo. Maybe you want to buy Kasada to block something? I don't know.
Oh, sure. Yeah, you buy Kasada and then charge Toturi.
Travis passing through.
Yeah, you have to, right? Because he's just gonna stand with all his characters.
He gives even more glory.
So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. Yeah, Travis wins favor this way. So we see the reprieve come out from Wydwen, not surprising.
Nope.
And
we are gonna get 2 ring effects from Travis.
Sukuna can void. You void an earth, I think.
Yeah, so what do? Void
Yojiro
off, and then Earth Ring for cards, or you could Air Ring to steal because Wydwen is going to run out of conflict cards shortly.
Yeah, but he has a Scorpion Stronghold. I mean,
that's a good point, and he hasn't used it this turn. Well, he wouldn't be able to use it after one steal.
No, but he's going to be able to use it in draw step after he mills, because he's going to mill. I just have to...
Oh.
Yeah, they'll just have to manually add the honor back.
Good prediction, by the way. It looks like the Void and Earth Ring, and Wydwen loses a backhanded compliment, which is maybe a good card in this situation, given how low Travis is also dipping on honor.
Yeah.
Wydwen does lose an additional honor to the political rival.
So Wydwen's down to 8. He's probably gonna you could draw 3 here to shuffle your deck and then start stealing back up. Wydwen does have a Fate Worse Than Death in his hand, so we have to keep that in mind. Wydwen keeps the Imperial Palace as a way to combat this Condor District, potentially.
Yeah, I've seen a face-off between the Palace and the District here, which is not necessarily a scenario.
Oh, so we see Kasada, and Yunako. And Travis flips double holding Shuichi. Oh,
Shuichi?
Yurt. Windswept Yurt is sick, right? Like if you're gonna dishonor out, you can Yurt.
Yeah, so he might well want to use his Yurt here.
You should just Yurt for honor here so you can flip a new card.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Yurt flips face up, which is pretty hype. So I think Travis actually has kind of a sick thing here. So he can play Yurt. He can play...
So he uses
Yurt
for
Kabuki
honor. Hero. What is this
Unfortunate. Card? Kabuki Hero is a terrible card. It's really incredibly bad.
2 mana 0/2, courtier actor, action, spend 1 fate... Oh, you basically swap your political into military? Or not
the problem with it is 2 for strength. It's 2 for a 0/2 that can pay an additional 1, become a 2/2. And that's just like atrocious.
I mean, it is a courtier. I don't know. We see Kasada bought out though. Kasada.
The upside is that you can put political buffs on him, and he swaps his political skill with buffs. So you can use it as a way to make your political buffs also military buffs, but the base stats are so inefficient that I don't think it's worth playing even with that synergy.
It's also not like military buffs for like Lion, for instance. There just isn't like a political bonsai, right? Like there's not that ability to just generate a huge amount of stats from political side.
Yeah, I think they thought Height of Fashion was going to be a very strong card.
Yeah.
But in the current attachment control environment, that just simply isn't the case.
Have you seen the Phoenix Sword?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think that's what you need for a 2-cost attachment to be able to survive. Like, that card is worth playing, in my opinion.
You know, even then, I'm not sure about it, to be frank. I'm not sure about it.
Well, it can't be calling in favors, is the main thing.
Yeah, it can. Discards.
It just discards, right? But it can't be stolen.
Oh, yeah, that's a fair point. And getting stolen is a big risk with those 2-cost attachments.
Yeah, like Sashimono or Tetsubo getting stolen is like a pretty big deal.
So, yeah, you know, maybe... I hope we actually see a cycle of ancestral weapons for all clans. I think that would be very interesting.
So, Wydwen bids 5, Travis bids 1. Wydwen goes down... 1 sec, I got a phone call.
I'm just explaining this situation.
All right, I'm back.
All right, so it looks like Travis forgot that the reshuffle penalty was only 3 instead of 5, but that's rectified now.
I think that's reasonable, right? Like I think because the decks are smaller, -3 is because it's still a penalty. It's still a pretty reasonable penalty, but it's not so much of a deterrent that we're just going to see people's low bid all game. So Travis gets to draw an extra card from the library. Wydwen steals with Scorpion Stronghold. Scorpion Stronghold might actually just be the best Stronghold. At least in this game mode. I think there might be some argument in the real games, but in this game mode it might be the best one.
Yeah, I think that I think in normal game modes it's really either going to be Scorpion or Dragon in all likelihood.
I think the Dragon one is just so good because it's so versatile. It's so versatile, and also it buffs both stats for both conflicts. There's no limiters in it, right? It's limited by attachments, except that is all Dragon is right now. Okay, so if you were to design the Dragon Ancestral Weapon, like the Legendary Dragon sword, give me your ideal sword. Keeping
Dragon?
keeping in theme with what based on the Phoenix one, right? So it has to be attached to a unique Dragon character, and would be a restriction, I would assume.
Okay, so it would attach to a unique Dragon character.
Cost 2, and then you can do the rest.
Maybe it's cost 2. I'm trying to think of what would be tight. I think cost 2 plus 2 plus 2 is a good starting point.
Okay.
And then imagine like bow this attachment, take all fate off rings.
Oh, that'd be sick. That'd be so like play with the whole Fate on Rings theme.
Yeah, exactly. Because then that way it plays with one of the dragon's main mechanics, and it makes some of the cards that are a little weaker with that mechanic a lot stronger.
So like, what's that one card? Sway the Stars or
Yeah, so you could play that as an economy card in combination with this.
Yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, I can get behind that.
Or you can use your Kitsuki Investigator on offense and then get the fate back before they can take it. There's a lot of little synergies with that option.
Does the character have to be participating for you to use that ability, or is it just bow it from anywhere?
No, just bow it from anywhere.
Okay, I can get behind that. And then is it a weapon?
Yeah, I think they should all be weapons for theme reasons.
Okay,
sure. Weapon, but it wouldn't be that good with Niten Master because you could only put it on a unique character.
Oh yeah, you can't put it on him anyway, and it is restricted because the Phoenix one is restricted.
Yeah, so it wouldn't empower that too much.
So the characters that could wield it are Sumiko, Yokuni, Raitsugu, and then Miyasatoshi / Yoruma if we have a unique 4.
Maybe it has to be on a champion in order to use the ability. That might also be the way that they're going with those cards.
Oh, yeah. So then it would have to be... We do have 2 champions. We are the only clan right now that has 2 champions.
Yeah, and then so maybe it could get... So then, if it has to
maybe
be
it needs
champion,
more stats then?
Yeah, maybe give it another
3-2?
point of strength. Yeah, make it like 3-2 instead of 2-2.
Yeah, if attached character has the champion trait, it gains... Okay, yeah, so that's the theme.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would say attached to a unique dragon character, +3/+2. If attached character has the champion trait, it gains... No, if this is attached to a champion character, this gains, exhaust this attachment, take all fate from unclaimed rings.
Alright, I'm in for that. That'd be sick.
Or actually it should just take all fate from rings, not only unclaimed rings for...
No, it should just be, it should definitely be all fate from rings.
Yeah, because that way it synergizes with Stone of Sorrows.
Alright, so we see a political conflict from Travis. He runs into shameful display, unfortunately, with Shuichi. So he's gonna be able to kick out Narishma with Radiant Orator. He's gonna be able to gain a fate with Shuichi also. I don't know, Zorgling. It's a pretty big restriction. So it costs a lot of fate. Has to be on a unique dragon character. That dragon character has to have the champion trait. I think a powerful effect like take all fate from the rings is reasonable. Sometimes there's just not fate on the rings also, right? Like I mean, you would basically have to build around that card. So we see Way of the Scorpion being used by Wydwen because he got to cycle. And then we see Censure canceling Way of the Scorpion. Funny note, I looked at Wydwen's conflict deck because I thought he just reshuffled. He only has 10 cards in his conflict deck right now because he has 17 cards in his hand.
More cards in hand than cards in deck even after a reshuffle.
He might actually mill out again.
If he does, that would be it for him, I think. But I don't know. With 10 cards, he should be able to kind of take it slow.
Yeah, that's fair.
I honestly think there's a fair chance Travis might mill out. We'll see.
Yeah, but Travis is 11 honor, so I think that's he's.
Yeah, I guess
fine.
He doesn't care, and library is non-mandatory anyway.
He has to burn
Censure
Casada.
blocks that Way of the Scorpion.
He has to burn Casada action still.
Does he? No, I don't think he does.
He hasn't used an ability. Oh, plays route. He routes Radiant Orator.
That's sick.
And Nourishma being, oh yeah. Wydwen has Jade Masterpiece still, so Wydwen's gonna get a lot of fate here. So
oh yeah, good point.
Travis uses Shuichi, but Kasada cancels it. So
yeah, that's reasonable.
There's the Kasada burn.
So we could see this is shameful. He doesn't have Strength 3, which is the nasty part. Otherwise, Conjo District to get the break would be nice here.
Contesting Void though, you could just Conjo District to resolve the Void Ring on Nourishma.
I think if he has a Strength buff in hand, it would be good to play it. Seeker of Knowledge turns this into an air conflict. Is he gonna go for the Dishonor here?
It's also political, so this is +2 right now. He doesn't need a Strength buff. So this is +2.
Yeah.
From Paul. So you can just Conjo District Nourishma now, and then that's unopposed and air. You could.
Yeah, so that could be 2 honor right there.
Well, no, because then you can Jade Masterpiece. You Jade Masterpiece onto the air ring, and you double air with Hotaru.
Oh yeah, good point. I think the Dishonor is looking unlikely here.
That's why Travis is trying to save Conjo District. He's gonna save the Conjo District for Hotaru. Oh, I just realized the Air Shugenja from the Phoenix pack is a conflict character. Kaito Kosori.
Is that the bow and arrow woman?
Yeah. I did not realize she was a
interesting. That makes her a lot stronger. I was definitely assuming she was a dynasty character.
No, she's a conflict character and she's splashable. She has two influence.
Interesting. That's a pretty reasonable card then.
3/2/2, and then during air conflicts, if you control one participating character, she participates from home, or she contributes from home. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Wait, did you say she costs 3?
3 mana 2/2 unique character.
Oh, I thought she cost 2. That's like a little less exciting.
She'd probably be too good at 2, right? I think everyone would just play her.
She's Shugenja?
Yeah, Air Shugenja.
At 2, she would certainly be quite strong.
She's actually reasonable in Dragon, right? Because on air conflicts, you can load her up, and
I think. Oh, very good point. Yeah.
Right, you can just load her up and then do an air conflict and get like 2 breaks without risking too much.
Or in Phoenix, I do think that Dragon supported the Phoenix would be a real deck, but
yeah, it's definitely worth trying, right? Like I'm definitely like when the new pack comes out, I'm definitely gonna be trying a bunch of stuff. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself. Get some more stuff in the scene.
So Wydwen wins the conflict, and then he moves from the air ring to the earth ring. Wydwen's like, I don't have enough cards. I need more cards. So we see Hotaru
just smashing that card advantage.
So he hits Meditations. So Conjurer District is on Rally to the Cause.
That's a little unfortunate. It's going to be very hard for Wydwen to clear that district. So
Yeah, Shmooze.
okay, he's got to take some action to waste Quesada before he uses Conjo District. If he blunders Conjo District into Quesada, it's like horrible.
Yeah, you can just use your stronghold. You just use the Phoenix stronghold.
Yeah, so he wastes the stronghold, and now we're going to see the Conjo District. Oh, and he did defend probably so that he can take the. He did defend probably so that he can take.
He wants the win, right?
Yeah, so he takes the win, which gives him the ring, and it blanks
Quesada.
the Quesada ability.
Yeah.
Wydwen passes, so I bet we see Conjo District here.
Wydwen can. Yeah, no, the initiate being a 3 is also really, really rough. Or he's actually a 4 because it's a political. So there's Conjo District being used.
Look how surprised I'm not.
Wydwen has favored mount though, so if something weird's nothing weird's gonna happen. Okay.
He can't stand back up.
No, but you could like play a character and then move her in to double resolve the ring still.
Oh, very good point. Yes.
But it doesn't look like he had anything.
I hadn't considered that alternative.
So Wydwen does have a copy of Mountain Does Not Fall. So we could see a defense into a Mountain Does Not Fall. Although
how long has this game been going for?
An hour, like an hour.
The funny thing is, despite being quite into this game, there isn't a super apparent win here.
Yeah, the other draft match that I guess was like a lot more one-sided. It was just breaks on breaks. Like I guess LPV will do that.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of stalling power that to be found in the Conjo district. So now we're seeing a attack coming in from I Fight Dragons. It looks like we got a Radiant Orator coming in who can, I guess, just throw Quesada out of the conflict.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's just gonna use Sakune to stand there for a favor again.
A reasonable plan. I do think Quesada will maybe get a break then.
Did he yurt for fate or yurt for honor? I think he
yurted for honor.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Which may have proven to be a mistake given that Wydwen is so low now.
Yeah, so Travis is probably gonna get to fire off. Well, Travis only gets to fire one ring.
Interesting. He's gone for a water challenge here.
Yeah, I guess because that's the worst ring to fire with Sakune.
Ah, a reasonable plan.
Runs into Shameful again. I think he's just gonna get this effect and probably stand. I guess you stand your initiate.
So if you're a Wydwen, do you send back and redeploy your Adaptive Shadows? Probably you don't because he'll get sent back.
I think you definitely Quesada here. And then you can play Mountain Does Not Fall and force him.
Quesada with Mountain, but the Radiant Order will send you back.
Yeah, sure, but you have just so many cards, right? Like you have to play them at some point.
Yeah, Wydwen should try to make his card advantage work for him, I think.
All right, he just doesn't defend. That's also reasonable.
Kind of.
I don't want to pull this Adept back. I want this Adept to die. I have better things to do with my fate.
I don't like the honor loss.
Yeah, that too. It's really awkward too. Wydwen can't effectively attack this the Contra District province because it's political, or as Rally to the Cause, I mean. So it'll flip it to political. Although he could just attack it to flip it, right? You just do that and then because you don't want to go to meditations. Oh wow, we saw charge. We saw charge and then we saw Forged Edict come out. And now we see a Fine Katana threatening a break on Shameful display.
Yeah, so probably he was attempting to charge his Bayushi Yanako.
Yeah.
And then let go on the Katana. He reshuffled his let go back into his deck, so now we see it again. That's pretty hype.
Yeah, if
Travis getting that break would have been a big changing point for this game. But it looks like it's not to be.
So I think Quesada is going to be able to break Or not break. He's gonna just attack and flip over the rally. Probably with... I'm trying to think of what ring. Wydwen does go down to 3 honor, so I guess you would do air. Because Travis's board is all dishonored anyway. Oh, you can't do you can't go to rally anymore because this initiate will defend. You need a political buff. Oh no, no. Oh, he must not have a political buff. How sick would this be? You attack rally, and then if it gets flipped to political, you can favor mount Hotaru in with a political buff and double resolve.
That actually would be really sick, but I don't think he would be able to actually win the conflict.
Yeah, he needs he needs 1 political buff, and he doesn't have any. I'm looking at his.
Looks like he's going for fire. He really is playing quite risky with that honor then.
What's he gonna do with the fire ring? Oh, is this high kick?
High kick, high kick. Oh man, if high kick means that this attack doesn't resolve, then Sakune will get to resolve 2 rings. Because right now we're on 0-0. Let's see. Oh man, what a hype play. This would never happen in a real game, but that is a super optimal use of high kick.
Yeah.
The rare situation where making your guy bow is actually upside.
So he's just gonna meditation.
Oh, Wydwen passes. What a play! So now he's gonna get meditations, and then we're gonna see the air and fire rings get triggered by Sakune. We could actually see dishonor here.
Yeah. So you just dishonor the adept.
He's going to be able to take Wydwen down to 1 honor.
So Wydwen can only draw 1 card a turn now, and he's going to have the Scorpion Stronghold to steal enough. But he has Seeker of Enlightenment in play. Yeah, Kasada did indeed just get kicked in the mouth.
What a hype play from that high kick.
Kanjo District has just been literally the only reason Travis has been in this game, and he's making full use of it. You don't need cards when you have Kanjo District.
Oh, I actually didn't realize it, but that Forgotten Library is not a broken province, so he won't be able to have that sustaining him.
So as long as Wydwen doesn't add a dishonor this turn, he might be fine.
Yeah, he will get another honor. So he'll be able to stronghold to 2 honor, and if he can live to the end of turn, his honor nourishment will put him at 3.
Yeah, oh, actually, Sakune will trigger before nourishment will leave, so if he ends the phase at 1, he'll die, and the air ring is not claimed.
Oh, interestingly, he now cannot use his Adept of Shadows, or it will kill him.
Well, he doesn't want to, right? You're done with that character?
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta have better things to do with your fate.
One would hope.
So, what is he... Oh, he could re-honor Sakune if he wanted.
Yeah, so he's mulling over whether or not he wants to go for the dishonor play, or whether or not he wants to honor one of his own guys. I would go for the dishonor play here, personally.
And just keep standing there? And just keep standing there with Sakune?
Yeah. He goes for the dishonor play. He's going for it.
Okay. So, Wydwen's at 1 honor.
1 honor.
He does have the Scorpion Stronghold.
Does either player have a contingency plan?
No. I don't think that card was drafted, actually.
So bad that it doesn't see play even in draft.
I guess you could always play it as a cycle.
Yeah, a cycle that costs you 1 honor.
Yeah.
Really bad.
It's backhanded compliment, except it can't target opponents.
I hope duels get big enough that plan becomes a hype card for duels. Okay, let's see what each player drew. So we got a Kitsuki Yuruma, which does not do anything.
We have Savvy Politician and Honor General. So we see Liar, Zero Fate, probably gonna see Yunako then.
Honor General is actually kind of tight.
Yeah. Honor General with Contra District is really hard to defend against.
I do think the Yurt for honor is now proving to have perhaps been a mistake. The Yurt for Fate might have been better.
So this Honor General with 1 Fate is not that good in my opinion because we know Wydwen has Fate Worse Than Death in his hand. And Travis has used both of his cancels. He's used his Edict and his Censure.
Oh, that's a good point. And Wydwen's now passing, so he is going to keep the Fate up for that Fate Worse Than Death. Perhaps Travis thought Wydwen would be playing one of these characters?
Maybe? Yeah, that's fair. Wydwen does have, he has Raise the Alarm. So if Travis attacks the Meditations, he can play Raise the Alarm.
No good.
Wydwen's face down province is also Rally to the Cause. He has entrenched position under Stronghold.
Interesting situation.
So if you're Wydwen, what do you do first here? Do you just attack air to get it off the board?
Yeah, I think air is a pretty good option, given that it's both important and it has Fate on it. Should really use that Scorp Stronghold, though. In fact, he really needs to use that Scorp Stronghold. Yep, there it is.
There it is.
An unsurprising 1-1 bid. So this is the situation, the rare situation where contingency would win the game.
Yes. So yeah, Moo's the Fate, so he's gonna scoop up 2 Fate. He's gonna have 10 Fate, so we could see.
I want to someday see in
Wave
a
the Crane.
real...
So he waved the Crane to Savvy Politician, and then he honors Shiba Sakai.
You know, Wave the Crane is actually a pretty unhyped card in this format because not so many of your guys will actually be Crane.
Yeah, it was picked pretty late.
Yeah.
It was picked quite late. I think it was picked, and then Savvy Politician was also picked very late.
Wave the Scorpion, on the other hand, is amazing because even if your opponent is playing Scorpion, how many Scorpion guys are they going to have?
Yeah, no. We established that Wave the Scorpion, and Wave the Dragon, I think, are the 2 best ones. There are a lot of...
Wave the Dragon?
Yeah, Wave the Dragon is insane.
Why?
There's just a bunch of really insane characters that you can put it on. Attachment control is lower, as is assassinations. So like.
Oh, it's not attached to a dragon character. Very interesting.
Yeah, exactly. It's not specifically dragon, so it's just.
Oh man, imagine like double LPP. That's actually sick.
No, we had that. Westy has that. Westy had Way of the Dragon and LPP.
That's insane.
yeah. So, like taking a look at Westy's deck, so he has Way of the Dragon. He can use it on, let's see, you can use it on Prodigy of the Waves. Prodigy of the Waves is good. Lion's Pride Brawler, obviously. Kitsu Spirit Color if you have an Unbow effect. You can put it on, he has Border Rider, so you can just unbow twice. And then he has Giver of Gifts to move it around. Oh yeah, Seeker can make this next conflict air also, was pointed out. So we see military conflict here, military air, defense with the general. The general is going to get Fate Worse Than Death. Travis has to make sure to burn an action for Quesada. What's really funny is if Travis suffers a break here, for Greater Glory can be played.
Oh man, yeah, and since he's gone all the way through his deck, we know he has it. Boy, it is a lot harder to commentate this in a meaningful way than it is to commentate the league games, just because the...
Well, you just don't have an idea, like, the overarching idea of how to play the game isn't there, right? Like, we don't have an idea, like, we don't have any lines, right?
Yeah, the weird possibilities are many. Interestingly, we see a finger of Jade on
Sukune.
Kune.
Huh.
I think the finger would have been better on the Honor General, but I could be wrong. In fact, I think it would have been a lot better on the Honor General, because then you Phoenix Stronghold the Honor General.
Yes, agreed. Now we're gonna see
And
Fate
as
Worse
it
Than Death.
stands, yeah, Fate Worse Than Death's going to come out on the Honor General, I think.
Yeah, I can only
Yeah,
imagine.
there's Fate.
Yep, there's -4 Fate.
Yeah, so I would have wanted to put the... what's this?
Which just got... Wait, why did this character get bowed?
Seeker of Enlightenment bowed?
Oh, Benton's touch!
But canceled by Kasada.
Oh no.
That may have been a mistake.
Oh.
He neglected it.
Yup,
Yeah.
he didn't. He needed the Phoenix Stronghold first.
Yeah, Phoenix Stronghold to waste it.
So I think Kasada is one of those cards that as the game goes longer, he gains more and more value.
Let's take a look. Travis can still win this by using Conjure District on Kasada. Or wait, no, maybe not, because he'll lose the bonus strength and they'll be tied? Yeah, he actually won't, because he'll lose his favor. Wydwen offering the take back. Very, very kind of him.
You can just manually bow the Phoenix Stronghold, and then you can manually honor Sukune.
Yeah.
If I'm Travis, I have pride, and I say no. I made a mistake.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't think there's anything wrong with accepting takebacks if someone offers them, especially.
No, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it, right? But I just would own my mistake.
Got it. I do think in a more casual format.
No, that's just like a personal, like my personal stance on it, right? Like, if I'm gonna make mistakes, like.
I do think you learn better without takebacks. I'll say that much.
Yeah, good job. Okay. Alright, so Schmooze says we're Phoenix, we have no pride. That's Lion. Alright, that's fair.
Ouch.
All right.
I mean, hey man, Magnificent Kimono is a card.
Well, yeah. Didn't you say it was played in the Dragon Phoenix deck?
Oh yeah, it was really good there too. You put it on Niten Master.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, you put it on Niten Master or Yokuni or whatever, and it's a buff that isn't restricted, and also, so at that time you would play Yokuni and you would play like Indomitable Will.
Oh sure. So then he gets honored and just becomes a tank.
Yeah, and then so you would like win a conflict, honor your guy, and then be able to fight again. There was actually a very interesting balance on that card because the pride becomes a disadvantage once you're already honored.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a like anti-snowball aspect that I think is pretty interesting.
Yokuni is probably insane in the Phoenix Splash because you had so many unbow effects for him between copying.
Yeah, that's right.
Between
So
copying
you have like
Master
3
and
against the
against the
wave,
waves.
plus 1 or 2 Indomitable Wills.
Yeah. So Yokuni was actually probably just completely nuts in that version of the deck.
And of course, he might copy Niten Master, though at the time you could only play 6 weapons instead of the like 8 or more that we're seeing now that Pathfinder's Blade has come out.
Were you playing all 6? Did you play Triple Daisha?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So we see Control District not used. We see a break for greater glory. Do it! Do it!
He has it in his deck. He's
No,
got
he
to
has it
play
in
it.
his hand, right? He has to have it.
Yeah. So he's gonna play it here.
Both
I think.
these characters are Bruce.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, there's for greater glory.
Unfortunately, I do think that mistake from Travis is gonna be it for this game.
He still has Control District activation.
I don't know. Wydwen's gonna start swinging for the stronghold, and that for greater glory is huge.
Yeah, he had to bow his Seeker also to cast that Benton's touch. So he can't even add the air ring to any of these conflicts. Look, I appreciate Travis. So like I respect Travis more for not taking the take back. So my stance on takebacks is I'm a super competitive player, right? So if I just want to play the game, I play every game, even a casual game, as if it was important. So that way, when I make a mistake in a casual game, that's fine. I'd rather make a mistake in a casual game and learn from it than make it in a competitive game and learn from it.
Is there a consensus there among? So I know that you've played like in the Magic community, people are much more serious about testing. What's the consensus there about takebacks versus not takebacks in testing games? Because I've heard both arguments.
So
One of them
in
is
testing, so if we're play testing for a tournament,
yeah,
and someone makes a slightly not optimal line or just makes a mistake, we'll fix it. Like it's like there's
okay, yeah, that's what I thought the answer would be.
but that's play testing as opposed to say like if I'm at a FNM or something.
Right.
The like in playtesting, it's optimal to practice perfectly, so because it's just better to assume that your opponent is always going to play perfectly. Then if your opponent
Yeah.
doesn't play perfectly, then that's already an advantage for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Pitsu, this is a draft game between Travis and Wydwen. We had 4 players draft one of every available card, every stronghold, and all the keeper roles were available. You had to build. I posted the deck list for you. So we see Enigmatic Magistrate.
Enigmatic Magistrate coming out from Raise the Alarm. That is it's a dubious situation.
How sick would that have been if you had flipped something else, like Shinjo Altan Sarnai or something, like for a sick defense? Or flip Vanguard Warrior. He could have flipped Vanguard Warrior.
That would be scary. Alden Sarnai is not doing so hot in the representation.
Well, it's because she's just not good.
Interestingly, even Shiba Sakune, who was by some considered the best champion when she came out, is now not seeing that much play either.
Yeah.
Probably just due to the large... so there's competition from Kaide, who I think was... really this cycle has been kind of a story of Phoenix underperforming. A lot of people, including myself, thought Phoenix were going to be one of the top decks by the end of the cycle because they were getting so many hype-looking things. But a lot of those cards ended up to be a little less practical in real situations than they looked.
We are seeing Phoenix performing well now though, but that is more in line with the favor, their ability to control the Imperial favor and they have triple censure and Contra District. Those are the real
they're in fact not even playing a lot of the cards that people thought were going to be really hyped for them.
Yeah. Like Mia Satoshi, Censure, and Contra District are really all that they needed.
Yeah, and people are not even on what's it called? Yeah, people aren't even on like a bunch of copies of Benton's Touch and that sort of thing.
Yeah, so like Shiba Inu, the Phoenix that has advanced to top 8, his list is pretty stock. It's like very core almost. It's not even playing Satoshi actually.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I agree with that. Satoshi's quite strong.
Oh, we see Kakita Blade being attached to Enigmatic Magistrate. Kakita Blade and Honor Blade got a lot better when there's only one katana.
Kakita Blade, huh?
Potato the first pointing out that Harmonize was disappointing as well, and I agree.
Yeah, so I think Harmonize, Benton's Touch, Kaide, were all things that were envisioned as being absolutely enormous for Phoenix and ended up being like decent but not overwhelming.
Prodigy and Suki both have performed quite well though.
Yeah, so Prodigy and Suki have been quite good, but Prodigy is like, when it came out, people were like, oh man, this is the new Niten Master, and I don't think it's been quite as good.
No, but it definitely gives Phoenix something that they needed.
Yeah.
Suki is sick though. Suki has all insane keywords and her ability is sick.
Kakita Blade's normally a dumb card, but just as a strength buff, it might be like pretty decent here.
Look, sometimes you just need.
Also, okay, I'm being a little too mean to Kakita Blade. Kakita Blade's not a totally dumb card. It has some strong uses.
We could see, like in the future, we could see it being even better, right? Like you just need more duelist stuff.
Undoubtedly.
Like that card would be pretty sick on Miyamoto Raitsugu. Like if it was a dragon card.
Very interesting point.
It's like it's a weapon too.
As you say.
So like you could policy debate with Raitsugu first, and he would get the +2 Paul.
Yeah, for some time I was actually playing that deck, Dragon Crane dueling deck, and it's fun, but I think you need one or two more good duels for it to be at the level where I would want.
Schmooze, the keeper of water picked is 100% the right pick for them to have now. The problem is, we see Yojimbo coming in.
Yojimbo wins the conflict on defense.
Yeah,
so
we saw Conjo District. So favor is tied right now, actually.
Wydwen passes a conflict opportunity.
He's just gonna get coverted.
Yeah, I think that's just objectively a mistake. He should have gone in. Because covert will bypass him, and he has 0 glory.
It doesn't matter actually, because if he just attacks the stronghold, Kuroemori swaps it to military, and he leaves.
Oh right, Kuroemori. I guess either way he doesn't do anything.
Yeah, this just saves time.
Kuroemori OP. Yeah, so the question's going to become, can Wydwen break Kuroemori? And sometimes in this game the answer is no, I can't break it at all, no matter what I do.
Well, Travis's board is going to be very, very small.
On the other hand, he is going to get to pick up all these rings. So he's going to get a void ring here.
No, yeah, he's gonna void fire and earth.
Yeah. So a void ring here is going to be probably, who do you clear here? Do you clear Kasada or do you clear the Nourishma?
No, Kasada for sure.
Yeah, especially because clearing Nourishma would decrease the honor pressure. So then you get an earth ring, and then what do you do with fire? Do you put a dishonor on one of their guys, take him down to 2?
I probably dishonor Nourishma.
Oh, interestingly, he went void on Nourishma.
Maybe he just doesn't care about Kasada because of Kuroemori, but for the same reason you don't care about Nourishma either?
He's probably going to... Well, so he gets his last Tsukune trigger here. Probably he's going to...
he loses the favorite Imperial Palace. I forgot that Wydwen's had this palace this whole time. Because he's been losing the favor every time because of Tsukune standing.
So does Travis have to pitch...
Kachiko at random.
Oh, lucky hit. Well, I guess on the other hand, Wydwen probably wants to spend some fate in the Dynasty phase this time.
No, right? You could just do a military attack, and after Travis swaps it to political with Kuroemori, you drop Kachiko.
Yeah, that would actually be sick. Yeah, good point. I actually think this is a really big hit.
Yeah, that was huge, right? Like... Yeah, Wydwen says now KM will be fucked. I mean, I can't disagree with him. Oh, too bad this Enigmatic Magistrate's not here. He could have magistrated, and he has a 5. He has a 5 and a 3. All.
So here's the big fire ring question: dishonor one of the Scorpion characters or honor Shuichi?
Probably honor Shuichi just to play it safe. You're not gonna dishonor the Scorpion, right? Like, he's just gonna be at 3 because Nourishma's leaving, and then he can steal back. Like, I don't think you're gonna dishonor.
I don't think it's very likely that he's gonna get a dishonor victory here, given that he doesn't have. This is sort of what I was talking about earlier. You need to have some cards that do extra dishonor pressure, in my view. The best one being Watch Commander, in order to reliably get dishonor win.
Meddling Mediator is also a really good one.
Yeah, dude, Meddling Mediator is so sick. Also, cards that dishonor your opponent's characters help, but we just don't really have them. Interestingly, he dishonors Kasada.
Does he have Noble Sack?
Let's take a look. I don't think so.
He does not. I don't know about that. Oh, he's gonna reshuffle his conflict deck? Maybe he's gonna draw 5 here and try and draw the For Shame?
Yeah, so he'll desperately reshuffle it. Yeah, that could be... If he gets that, that's like an insane super play.
So we see Wydwen gets Witch Hunter, Toturi, and still has the Yunako. Witch Hunter is sick here. Travis Phipps Guest of Honor and Asami. Asami is a way to dishonor.
Asami is actually very strong right now. Asami is very strong indeed, and Wydwen has to kind of be slapping his forehead with this draw because he's picking up so much stuff that's military strength only, and Kuroemori is standing there to flip him onto political.
We sure love Kuroemori. What a card.
Kuroemori is completely OP. It's ridiculous. They should not have printed it at all. Okay, so here's the version of Kuroemori that's totally balanced. the change conflict type becomes a reaction to reveal. It keeps the action to change ring.
Change ring.
That version
Yeah.
of Kurei Mori is totally balanced and actually enables a bunch of obscene plays. The current version is obscene in
Yeah, and we're gonna see the strength of it here. If people ever doubted, we're just gonna see Wydwen flail at the stronghold.
You know, a lot of people are like, Kurei Mori is not that good. People don't even play it over Shameful Display. All I can tell you is once that new Phoenix Stronghold comes out, you are probably going to be singing a different tune with respect to Kurei Mori, because I think that Stronghold really wants it, and its effect is really warping in at least some matchups.
This is why I'm glad I play Dragon.
Yeah.
So we see
Like, there was,
honor.
like, before people realized that Phoenix maybe isn't necessarily the best one, people were there was a period where people were kind of living in fear as Lion players against Phoenix, and like, all right, guys, do we need to splash Unicorn? Do we need to splash Unicorn just to deal with Kurei Mori?
How would Unicorn do it? Oh, Captive Audience.
Captive Audience. Because not that many of the Lion characters are actually dashes on political.
Yeah, it's only Berserker.
Yeah.
So, I think Wydwen can actually score a break here with Master of the Spear. He also can redraw his political rival. And then you just declare a political conflict. And your Yojimbo can still covert, so you could covert two guys. If he has Master of the Spear and Rival, I could see a break. So Travis bids 5, Wydwen is 4, so the honor total is swapped now. Now Travis is at 3 honor with a dishonored character. Oh, he has to add 2 honor. Okay, so he's at 5, never mind. Alright, so if you're Travis, what do you do here?
If I'm Travis?
Yeah, how are you going to play this turn? Are you gonna pass your first conflict opportunity? Nope, doesn't look like it.
So Travis has basically conceded the option to go for the honor victory. I think he's got to go for provinces, but I'm not sure how he's going to pull it off. His upside is that he can use Kurei Mori to defend himself.
Yeah. I think he suffers a break to Master the Spear. I could be wrong. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he's dead on board. He's dead exactly on board to Master the Spear. Obviously, he has conflict cards he can play. But Master the Spear plus other cards is one way that Wydwen can do it.
Travis did keep his Kanjo district, so I think he's trying to grind out this.
It's going to be really hard with this Palace in play.
Yeah.
So, I don't defend that.
But I can't imagine he's going to break the Palace. How are you going to get 5 points of strength buff in this janky format?
Interesting. Wydwen does defend with his Yojimbo. While the Yojimbo could have coverted the guest.
If his plan is to go for Master of the Spear, it doesn't matter because you can send the guest home anyway.
Use Master of the Spear to send home a conflict character.
Good point.
So like Ishikin Initiate or any conflict character. Steward of Law, for instance, right? Because he just reshuffled. Steward of Law, sending Steward of Law home would be really important.
Good point.
This is political, by the way. So we see Mountain does not. Oh, he had Mountain doesn't fall. We see Forged Edict dishonoring his guest of honor.
Reasonable play there since his stronghold is in danger.
This defense makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, one nice thing about Mountain Does Not Fall, it is not crab characters only, so this is a pretty strong card to play in other decks as a splash.
Wydwen... Oh, no, sorry. Travis has I Can Swim. Travis has the I Can Swim. So I Can Swim is on... Oh, that's why he dishonored Kasada.
Oh, yeah, go for the kill with I Can Swim. Oh, and he can do it this turn, too, and he has the fate to do it. It's a little unhyped, though. Kasada, no fate. Yeah.
But that's why he did it, right? He has I Can Swim in his hand. He just reshuffled his whole deck and we haven't seen it yet.
He could also have done it to enable Stronghold to nerf Kasada's stats, but it looks like he's using the Stronghold to burn Kasada's ability instead.
Core Games honor Shuichi.
That's a reasonable play.
Oh, Wydwen's also Keeper of Earth. I forgot he has 2 Keepers in his graveyard right now. If Wydwen can win this,
point.
then that could be good.
So has he used Kisada or Shuichi's ability yet?
Yes.
No, I don't think he
No,
has.
He's not. He's not.
That would have been the other option for wasting the Kisada trigger, but I think he does want the Fate.
Yeah, agreed.
Wydwen backhanded compliments himself, losing an honor and drawing a card. That's kind of the upside of backhanded compliment. You can use it to cycle cards. And it's a little better than when you use it, so it's kind of a side benefit. It isn't like Levy, for instance, if your opponent isn't low on honor, doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And backhanded compliment has the upside of in situations where your opponent isn't low enough on honor, you can use it on yourself, especially if you're a Scorp, to dip.
So Travis should use Shuichi ability. Travis is actually running out of Dynasty cards also. And we see Wydwen running out of Conflict cards as well.
Could see some more honor penalties this game. Master of the Spear comes out.
Yeah, he's just saving it from the Earth Ring. Interestingly enough, he doesn't play it in the Conflict to win. Or attempt to win. What do you think about that?
I think he's going for the throat.
Yeah, but he's just gonna... His Kasada's gonna get swum.
He might not realize that the opponent has that option.
That is also fair.
Or he may think, at least don't make him play it and pay 2 to remove a character that's only strength 2 for the...
That's also fair. Travis passes without using Shuichi ability. I guess this is the downside of playing with cards that you don't normally play with. This card's reprieve at random. Oh no! If he just reprieved Kasada, he would have been safe. Earth Ring. Good old random discard.
Looks like Wydwen does see the threat of swim here.
Travis says, glad I talked to Griffin before the game. Griffin, if people don't know, is the head developer of Jigoku. He is Chudo Richie on the Discord server. So if you ever feel like you want to give some compliments to somebody,
dude, height of fashion on Master of the Spear.
He did. Wait, so he needed the Fate. Yeah, why don't you just play Master of the Spear 1 Fate, play Reprieve and Kasada before, and then just hope you don't have height of fashion hit. Right? That's that's how you.
Oh yeah, because you can't pre-play Height of Fashion because it can only be played during outside of conflict.
So he's gonna do Political Fire to re-honor Casada.
And I'm gonna tell you, Height of Fashion really didn't need a downside. Let's be real.
Flying Zerging says that spear though, such fashion. So you can use Koroi Mori to swap the ring if you want. So he's currently breaking. Travis might actually just die here. So you might have to swap the conflict type.
And then that leaves a attack from Kisada open, but then the Iron Swim might come into play.
Well, no. If he gets the fire ring, he can re-honor Kisada.
Oh ho. Yeah, I think Wydwen might have this. We'll see what tricks.
We also see gaining an honor from Seeker of Void. Seeker Fate on your stronghold is a little awkward.
I do think a water ring might have been nice here, though with the lucky hit that he got from the earth ring, maybe he does, you know.
Yeah, you definitely have to kind of. Height of Fashion is going to stick around though, and Height of Fashion is a lot of stat buffs. For people who don't know what this card is, it is a 2-mana attachment for +0/+4, and it can't be played during a conflict, so it has to be played pre-conflict for whatever reason.
In normal games, it's extremely bad, of course, but in
This format where attachment control is a lot more limited and some decks don't have it at all, it really could shine because 4 strength for 2 cost is actually quite a good deal.
Yeah.
The downside is in normal games it's very bad because the opponent will destroy it for 0 or steal it for 1.
It's also not restricted, so you can throw this on with 2 fans and have a huge political.
It looks like Travis is going to make Wydwen use that keeper or that Master of the Spear's ability, I suppose.
Yeah, I would do it though, right? Like I would do it so I can force the Koroi Mori activation.
If Travis has a conflict character, that might be a good option.
What has to be a conflict character with more than 1 strength?
Why?
Because he's up by 1.
Oh, the favor, right.
Yeah, he's up by 1 right now. We see
neglected the favor.
We see Pitsu saying can't put on a dress while talking politics.
I suppose that he should have pre-played a conflict character in this situation because I believe the defender gets to choose who gets sent back by.
No, Master of the Spear picks. While the character's attacking your... Oh, no, your opponent must choose. Never mind. I thought Master of the Spear
picked. If he had a conflict character, he could have pre-played it to prevent this.
Agreed. And now events are unlocked for Wydwen.
But of course, in such a situation, Wydwen could simply choose not to use his Master of the Spear.
Yeah, but then Casada can't break.
He can't break, but he can win a ring, get a UO, and Travis isn't that safe on honor.
So Koroi Mori is used, swaps it to military. So now we're at 2. So to break Koroi Mori, you basically have to threaten 2 breaking conflicts without committing too many of your characters to each one. Like, that's how insane it is. So Wydwen passes. We're going to see this fire ring honor Casada again. And then we're going to see if Casada can break on military. He doesn't have charge anymore. What military buffs does he even have? Oh, Wydwen has admit defeat. Oh, he can't play it though. Display of power. That's so sick. Oh, but now he can't play I Can Swim anymore. Wait, he should have honored his guest of honor. His guest of honor has no attack right now. I guess he's gonna play a card. Does he have his katana, or a mill buff? Or Seal of the Lion. Way up the crane.
Oh man. Boy, this is such a crazy game. We really are seeing some very unorthodox play.
Wydwen says, "Wow, wow, wow."
This has just been a sick game. So he's gonna stand. Shoot. Oh, he's gonna bow Casada. Yeah.
Okay, well, looks like Travis lives to fight another day, and he's going to get that Imperial favor with
No, he
3 to
ties
1,
the
3 to
favor.
2.
No, it's 3-3. He ties favor with the Palace.
Palace is just +2, right? Travis won 3
Plus three.
conflicts.
Palace is +3.
Am I insane?
Yeah.
I am insane. Wow. Yeah. So he ties the favor. So we'll have it. Oh yeah, I got the numbers mixed up. I was thinking of its +2 string.
Oh yeah. Master of the Spear
Okay.
is dishonored right now and is susceptible to an I Can Swim.
If Travis can bid higher, though, I don't think Travis can safely bid higher.
Why not? If you're Travis here, you bid 3, I think.
But look at his honor count and his dynasty cards.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, Contour District finally leaves. We're done. So that means that he's actually down to 4 cards. If he plays 1, he's going to go down to 3, and he has 3 that are going to get mulligan automatically.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I don't think Travis can bid anything except for 1 this turn, or he's going to die to reshuffling his dynasty cards.
So Shinjo Altan Sarnai shows up, along with... Oh, yeah, Travis says we found the crane, as we see 3 crane characters show up. We see Witch Hunter. We have Witch Hunter also. We see Shinjo Altan Sarnai bought with 2 Fate.
Not normal.
I think it's just because she's a pile of stats basically.
Nah, I mean that pile hasn't been stacked up so high though. 5-4 for 5 is not a great deal.
Look, she's got the same total stats as that Casada does. She's basically.
I mean, I would rather take the Yanaka, who is de facto 4-4.
Yeah, probably.
4-4 for 4 versus 5-4 for 5. And honestly, Yanako is sometimes better than 4, depending on what conflict you're in. What other cards are there? Maybe. Okay, Brash Samurai comes out. Who else is gonna? Are we gonna see Shizue? Probably not against that Imperial Palace.
No.
Oh, we do see her. Once again, the players proved me wrong.
All right, Wydwen's chosen a bid. So one thing to note here. Altan Sarnai is pretty decent on political defense. Oh, both players trying to level each other, and both bid 2. That's pretty sick. It's actually really safe for Wydwen to bid 2 here, right? Because if Travis bids 1, you just steal the honor back with the Stronghold.
That's that Scorpion Stronghold for you. And meanwhile, Travis probably trying to enable his I Can Swim against that Master of the Spear.
Yeah, we can see an Earth conflict here from Wydwen. He has both his keepers in his graveyard. Finger of Jade. He recycled and redrew Finger of Jade already. So on Brash Samurai, Wydwen could have drawn his assassination again. So that's smart. Although Guest of Honor is going to be in the conflict, so I don't know how relevant that is. Height of Fashion, just giving so many stats. Holy crap!
Height of Fashion's a powerful card. In situations where your opponent doesn't have attachment control, which under normal circumstances basically never.
Yeah.
Finger of Jade on the Brash Samurai.
Did Wydwen draw Calling in Favors? No, Calling in Favors would be bad. You just dishonor Altan Sarnai for that? Not worth it. Yeah, like most Unicorn cards, Altan Sarnai has randomly pretty high glory.
Yeah, I think, you know, I'll be interested to see if we see more ways to honor characters in the future, but the way the game stands right now, high glory is often a disadvantage, especially with a large number of people on Scorpion presently.
Yeah. Especially with cards like For Shame and stuff, like other clans and stuff like that, it's just easier to dishonor characters than it is to honor them.
Yep.
Unless you're Crane. Crane does have an exorbitant number of ways to honor their characters. They have just straight up three more ways outside of like provinces and stuff. Oh, pretty sure this is up. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Whichever one of my mods got that, good job. Apparently my channel is big enough that I've attracted spam bots.
Oh yeah.
Alright, so... Political Void on Kuroimori. So this is 10. This is breaking. This Brash Samurai is really awkward here. And so is the Sapoon Guardsman. The Sapoon Guardsman also can't declare an attack.
Yeah, true that.
Alright, so I guess if Wydwen uses Master of the Sphere, you just pull back Brash Samurai home.
That's right.
Alright, so 10-7. I would be okay just winning this conflict and moving on.
Yeah, win the conflict, void the guest of honor, don't use Master of the Spear, and then he has a Sepun Guardsman who can't attack, and you just sit there.
Yeah, yeah, that's what we see right here. Yeah, your palace wins you the favor.
Though if Travis did draw his Steward of Law or his what's that crane one that's bad?
Young Harrier, but no, Wydwen has Young Harrier.
Oh, that's right. So if he drew Steward of Law, he could do a water conflict here, stand up the Brash Samurai, and that would actually be really sick.
Well, no, Wydwen has so many conflict characters. Wydwen, I think, has redrawn his Tattooed Wanderer or Young Harrier, probably.
Oh, yeah, so it would be an opposed conflict.
So, let's see. Wydwen passes. Are we going to see a Steward of Law with the one fate that Travis has?
Nope.
Travis passes. Yep, so we're seeing the reason that these low-cost Imperials have fallen out of favor. With more people fighting over the favor, it's really hard to have them be useful. So we can see a which... Yeah, Tenerum. I think that's actually going to be how the game ends. So Travis actually is going to die to Dishonor. He's going to go to 1. Because Challenger automatically is going to leave. And then if he plays a character out of Dynasty, it'll reshuffle.
It's an ironic circumstance, really. I think that backhanded compliment would have been better used on Travis.
Yeah. I think Wydwen was trying to win that conflict.
So I think Travis, to some degree, saved Wydwen from losing when he went for honor instead of fate with that yurt.
When he yurted, yeah.
And now I think we've seen Wydwen's action maybe preventing Travis from losing quite as quickly. Travis says he has a feeling this game will be a grinder house.
Oh, we see Gaijin Customs. Because he has Shinjo Alton Sarnai.
So hype.
So that's got to be the reason that he bought Alton Sarnai, right? Because he can just now do a military attack. You can military air. Yeah, I think this is gonna be it, right?
Yeah, military air, and then Travis will dishonor out. What a game.
Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen. We'll see. Gaijin Customs using a Unicorn Dynasty character.
Yeah, so I mean, really, we're seeing a character that would normally... So, Master of the Spear with Height of Fashion, you know, that's not exactly something you would see in almost any deck these days. But it might be what Wydwen needs to take the win here.
It's actually just not possible to see in any deck right now. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Crane or Lion could play it.
Yeah, Lion Crane and Crane Lion are, like, kind of cool decks, so the deck attachment can... I'm kind of bummed by the extent to which decks that don't have attachment control are sort of automatically bad right now.
Yeah, mostly. I think that's mostly because of the Crab and Dragon. I think Crab and Dragon kind of stagnate that. Like they're a little bit oppressive because if you don't have attachment control, you just get crushed.
Yeah, Crab and Dragon are probably two of the best. I think I would say the top tier is Scorpion, Dragon, Crab right now, and two of those three decks really necessitate attachment control.
We'll see about Crab. I have not seen Crab performing. So Crab has the tools, I think, and the cards. I just don't. They have not performed.
They won 2 Kote.
Yeah, this was prior to 6 and 6 though, right? That was only after pack 1. and yeah, both those Kotes only had one pack.
I think Crab has actually benefited has benefited to a huge degree from the cycle though. So I don't think that the packs being out are going to weaken their performance much at all. On the other hand, there was that one Kote in Europe where there was a huge
Oh wow.
representation of Crab players.
Okay, so this is definitely gonna kill here. So Wydwen plays Assassination on Sapoon Guardsman to go down to 2, and then he steals with the Stronghold.
Classic. Yeah, so I think. Oh no!
Oh, he's just gonna go for a break. He's just gonna go for the break. No, this doesn't break.
Oh no, he had to do this because Travis used City of the Open Hand to make the Master 0-0. Seal of the Lion on Brash Samurai.
I think he's just playing cards.
Yeah, I don't think that does anything.
You could Kore... No, he hasn't used Kore Mori, right? You can Kore Mori to a different ring. He's gonna Kore Mori, I think, to the Water Ring. I think you should Kore Mori to the Water Ring. But I guess he's at 3 honor, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, Tanner, Bill went 7-0 in groups, right? But I've seen like Joe goes 7-0 in groups. Like there's a lot of people who do well in groups as Crab, but never in the cup. How would Travis win?
I think Travis thought that he was going to be able to play that card that stands up a guy, moves him into a conflict, and honors him, but didn't realize that you have to have a lower bid than your opponent.
Oh yeah, but yeah, he says that right here. I should read card text, y'all. That goes for everyone. RTFC. Yep, indeed.
So I predict that's the card that went wrong for Travis.
Yeah. Potato the first. Travis does have Test of Courage, and I think that's the card. I think that's the card that he was trying to play here. That's why he put Seal of the. That's why he put it on that. It has to be a lion character, by the way. Test of Courage.
So while it looked like we might see Seal of the Lion being relevant, it seems like that is not the case. How
unlucky. we almost saw it. He has to survive a turn with no Dynasty Boys. That is indeed what Travis has to do, which I don't think is possible. I will be right back. I think this match is over. I'm just gonna go ahead and mute myself for a second.
No worries. So commenting a little bit on what we're seeing here from the chat, Travis is saying that he has to survive a turn with no Dynasty Boys, which means drawing conflict characters. Yeah, I think that's true. So I think that the only way that Travis can stay in this game is if he somehow uses conflict cards only to defend the next turn and gain honor so that he doesn't dishonor out when he runs out of cards in Dynasty, and I don't think he can do it. I mean, if anything, the current board already favors Wydwen, so it seems very unlikely that Travis is going to be able to pull out some amazing play that wins a turn with an unfavored board where he also can't buy any Dynasty characters and Wydwen can. Travis asks Wydwen, do you have a political buff? You know, it'll be interesting to see what that means. As he's thinking of the best way to honorably Sudoku, which of course means to throw the game in this context. Kind of a meme out there. Wydwen says first you switch Water Ring. I do think that's a reasonable play.
for I think that's a reasonable play for Travis. Let's see what we're setting up here. Alden Sarnai stands. That's not going to have any relevance. Travis passes conflict opportunity as expected. So we're going to see, can a brash samurai stand off against all this stuff? I think the answer is going to be no, especially because we'll likely see a steadfast witch hunter coming out as well. Wydwen says he's just hurrying the game, which I think is reasonable. This game has gone on for quite some time, and I think Wydwen's trying to close it out. The best way, honestly, Travis should just concede in this situation, unless he has some crazy path. I think it's kind of BM. But maybe he will, because he already said that he's trying to honorably end the game. I think the most honorable way to end the game is to just concede. Though.
All right, I'm back. What's happening?
Travis was talking about how he's going to concede or something. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh, consumed by 5 fires?
If Travis plays any dynasty card, he loses, and Wydwen's board is dominant.
Yeah. No, Travis specifically wants to play consumed by 5 fires.
He doesn't have a Shigenja though, so he can't play it anyway. 5 fires is such a bad card. It'll be the hypest card if it lands in some ultimate scenario, but like it's not going to. Okay, so Wydwen. Yeah, so this is actually, I was saying that I think it's slightly BM because Wydwen was saying like he wants to hurry up the end of the game.
Yeah.
Travis is really dragging it out here. Why did they bid? Okay.
I can swim, I think.
So Travis, I guess, didn't draw his Shigenja that would have allowed him to play 5 fires. But honestly, playing 5 fires doesn't win here because he will lose 3 honor at the end of this turn anyway. His only hope is to win. So if he honors his guy and wins an air ring, that will allow him to survive at 2 honor, but the problem is he'll take an unopposed conflict and maybe 2 unopposed conflicts. It does look like he plays Stone of Sorrow. It does look like he's drawing out the game. He is not just conceding here.
Well, he's dead. He's just dead. He can't win. He can't break, and he doesn't have enough. He doesn't have enough to dishonor Wydwen.
He could get himself into a position where he doesn't lose by dishonor if things go extremely well, but I don't think he'll be able to.
If this is air, Wydwen just defends.
Right. So if he can win an air conflict and honor his guy, he gains 3. So then he's at 5. So when he loses 3, he goes back to 2.
Yeah, he has to win this conflict.
I don't think he can win the conflict.
I also don't think he can win the conflict.
And he didn't draw Shigenja to enable his 5 fires play, so even if he does, he's still down on board. Like I don't like this.
You just defend with Gunso and Alton Sarnai.
Yep. Yeah, just defend heavily and then take the win from unopposed.
Well, how would you win him with unopposed? He's still at 2.
You get 2 conflicts, right?
Oh, sure. I see what you're saying.
And you have to win at the end of this turn anyway because, yeah, this is.
I'm gonna stay for this one conflict. If Travis doesn't resolve the Earth Ring, I'm going to just end the stream on that because I do think that is literally just the game.
You mean the air ring?
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I don't know, man. Keep the stream up for the end of the game. Even though this is kind of drawn out, I think it would be slightly unhyped.
Yeah, all right, that's fair. I will have to go. I will have to leave casting just because this game took for so long. I have to go cook dinner.
Yeah, this game did take too long. What's going on? Travis lets him break. So that's 2 honor, 3. So I don't know why he did this.
Well, no, it doesn't matter. You Scorpion Stronghold to steal.
Yeah, so Scorpion Stronghold.
And then unopposed. 2 unopposed.
Well, yeah, and then he loses. Okay, or
you could just attack with all your guys into the stronghold also.
Yeah, I think you can actually break here.
You just break, right? You just do.
I think if Travis wanted to go out honorably, he should have bought one of his dynasty cards and lost to.
Yeah, I absolutely would have just bought a character and lost. I would have bought a character with 1,000,000 fate. Like I would have bought a Seeker Initiate with all my fate. 6 fate Seeker Initiate.
Yeah, exactly. That's a funny way to go out. This is a little extended. Okay, so we're seeing. I don't know. Also, like it's fine. It's fine to joke around. Also, just feel like if your opponent like asks to hurry the game.
Yeah. Okay, so that is the game we see.
Travis says, "What a taxing game," and I agree, man. That was quite a long game. It was quite a weird game to cast because of the strange options coming out, and also the fact that there are a few instances where the players I think didn't fully understand their own cards. Most notably, the one where it looked like he was doing the what is that card even called? The lion one?
Test of Courage.
Test of Courage. Yeah. Yeah, and then also, Travis says my one mistake was everything after turn 3. And apparently that was because he forgot the 3 honor loss instead of 5, so he thought that Wydwen was going to dishonor out. Well, that was a very strange game, but hopefully it was entertaining, and we certainly saw some unusual interactions. I actually think it's kind of hyped to see these games with stuff that nobody else normally do, because these draft decks do enable a bunch of very odd synergies. So that was a fun experience. Thank you for having me on the cast.
Yeah, no problem, man.
All right, catch you guys later.